Episode 195 of the Councilmen is here as we'll be talking about trailers of Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, talking about the Oscars nomination, and of course, The Last of Us Episode 2. Join us for this episode.
Back to another episode of the Councilmen. I refuse to say it like Kelvin. Speaking of which, he isn't here as you can see because today it's just Albert Wildcats, Skadoosh, and yours truly, you. We'll explain that later. But yeah, today's episode, I believe we have weekly watchies as usual, some trailer talk, and I think Albert had some news. But Albert, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, I like your intro, Teguh. I like your style. Not
What do
falling
you guys
into-
think of Teguh's first intro ever?
My
This
first
was-
intro.
157 episodes in. Teguh first time doing the intro.
Took me 195 episodes.
He doesn't fall into the pressure. Ariq falls into the pressure. He imitates Kelvin. Teguh doesn't. Teguh have his own style. Like it. But yeah, no. Today, episode 195 will be as usual. We'll start the show with weekly watches, and we'll talk about trailers that dropped this week. The big ones being Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves and Shazam, Fury of the Gods. And after that, we're gonna talk about the Oscars nomination, some box office news, the Tomb Raider TV series, and of course, we'll wrap up the show with potentially spoiler talk of Last of Us Episode 2. But we'll talk about the show anyway because there are some news regarding the show. So that is on the rundown here today. And if you're watching us live right now on YouTube, thank you for joining the live stream. And don't forget to leave a like and chime in the live chat. Comment with us. Let us know what you thought on all of this news. Or if you're listening to the playback, that means you're on audio right now. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social media accounts. That is at Councilman Show. And yeah, that is pretty much that. So let's just go ahead and start the show. What do you think, guys?
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't know what else to say.
All right, fair enough. Let's just dive right in.
Hang on. Should we mention why we? Oh, well, you know what? I'll just mention it. Yes, Katie, we're starting late today because I don't know. I think we're just not on schedule.
Briefly late on the live stream, but it's all good. Let's just blame it on Kelvin. Let's just say that.
'cause he's
Let's
not
just say that Kelvin didn't tell us he's here. No, he's just kidding. He told us like weeks in ahead. But let's just pretend that Kelvin didn't tell us that he's not gonna be here, and we waited for him this whole time. So that's
Yes.
just put that in your minds as the audience listen. Is like, damn, Kelvin messed up the schedule. So the next time Kelvin come here, just attack him verbally.
Just attack him.
It's all Kelvin. Always has been.
Let's
Yeah.
go into weekly watchies. Yeah, as always.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Oh, we're not doing the song anymore.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do the Watcheese song.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Take it away, Ariq.
Yeah. We watch it back. The councilman, Kelvin, Kelvin's not here. Shit. Ariq, Teguh, and Albert discussing films. I ran
Yeah.
out of rhymes.
This is gonna be great.
Aren't we off to
yes.
a wonderful
Oh.
start?
Copyright-free song. All right. So, actually, I want to mention this. Since me and Teguh watch pretty much the exact same films, right? I'll do Kelvin's weekly watchies. How about that? And then Teguh can just do basically his, and I guess in return
chime
my.
in.
Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Sounds fair.
Start-
Yeah, Kelvin that dropped.
Should I start with Kelvin's weekly watchies?
Sure.
All right. Okay, so Kelvin, he sent us a message, right, about his weekly watchies. So he watched 3 films. Is it? Is it 4? No, my God, it's 4 films. He watched too much, man. He needs to
One,
find a hobby.
two,
Anyway,
three.
so the first, so the first film, finally, the first film, finally, Kelvin watched Mulan, the animated film from 1998, the original one. Yes.
Finally.
See, now he has a reason to put Mulan in like the F tier or whatever we did that episode, Princess tier list. He can't vote against Mulan
Do
because
you
like he
think?
hasn't watched
Do
the
you
film,
think
right?
he? Do you think he still will still put it in the S tier though? I don't know.
I don't know.
He didn't say that is his favorite princess or not, but
No. He wanted her down because
he
he
didn't.
wants
He didn't.
what's her name? Rapunzel?
Rapunzel up,
Wants
yeah.
Rapunzel to be above, yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So Kelvin's review, finally watched 1998 Mulan. I did know that they have other songs. What is it? They have other songs than I'll Make a Man Out of You and Reflection. It's a classic, so of course it's great. 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just jump around the films. It's fine. So I'll just start with that. So yeah, that's Kelvin's take on Mulan. So I'm glad he enjoyed the film, and I want to see the discussion about the tier list princess. Does he
I'm
finally agree?
I'm just still so surprised that it took him this long. I mean, it's a Disney classic. I feel like at least, well, me and Calvin, and I mean most people who are like Asian heritage, I feel like looked up to Mulan. Not look up, I guess. It's like in the what's the word? The spear. This not the spear. Like in the circle of like films with Asian
Circle of life.
representation.
Oh, okay.
Circle of life. I feel like growing up, Mulan was big just because it's like, oh, it's a Disney princess, but it's an Asian. But Calvin never seen it, which is like so baffling to me.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but like Mulan usually gets played often in TVs anyways. I thought like you'd at least watched it once by accident.
by accident.
whether you like it or not, because like I finally get to see Mulan.
Yeah,
Interesting, yeah.
but yeah. Well, finally he says it. So
It's very good.
yeah. So are we just gonna go around or?
Yeah, we can go around. Albert, we'll go to you.
Okay. So Kelvin has 4 films, so I'm just gonna okay. I'll spread out my vote as well. So okay, so the first one that I watch is called Intergalactic. This is a 2022. They call it a TV special, but it's like a 1 hour 30-minute Netflix kind of film. And it is on Netflix. It is a animated film, and the style of the animation is super Into the Spider-Verse, very much like Into the Spider-Verse, Arcane, that kind of animation style. But it's a story about some people living in New York. It's a romance. It's a very mature romance story. And they explore the romance of these two main characters, and their sex lives and everything like that. So it's very interesting to see this kind of mature topic done in animation, because we don't see a lot of that. Because animation, yes, it's getting better, but in terms of like the storytelling that they're doing, but a lot of them are still very much aimed towards kids as the main target audience. So this is very refreshing, and I thought it was a very nice like romance story, and the animation is just beautiful. So it's pretty good, and it's also very interesting because a lot of the characters design are literally just the human actors sort of like rendered into animation. Like if you Google some of the characters in here, especially the character named Carmen, who is voiced by Laura Harrier, who you might know from Spider-Man Homecoming. She plays Liv. Her character in this film is literally just her in animated form. And there's also like Macaulay Culkin in this, Vanessa Hudgens, Timothy Chalamet, and like a lot of them are pretty much just looks like their character. So it's interesting animation choice that they do that, but it works. It doesn't really take away from the story at all. And again, I think it's fun, and the music is great because Kid Cudi voiced the main character, and there's lots of soundtrack produced by him. So yeah, it's pretty good. So I gave it 5 stars. I think I'm a lot of people I talked to didn't love it as much as I do, but I quite adore the story and the animation. So yeah, 5 stars for me. Intergalactic.
All right, it's actually interesting because I I don't think I've ever heard of this film even
Yeah, me
mentioned
neither.
just one bit. I don't think we ever even talked about it previously on stream as well or anything.
The only reason I know about this film is
Uh-huh.
because I put it in the rundown and I scraped it. The trailer dropped on a week where we had so much news where I was like, I cannot even put this in. So I watched the trailer and I was like, this looks really fantastic. I gotta put this in the rundown. But then I don't know what week that was, but we had so much news that week and I was like, I cannot put this in. So I cut it out of the rundown. So yeah,
Yeah,
their marketing unfortunately just bad timing for that.
yeah, I forgot what we were doing on September, but yeah, actually, wait, I think we had like a lot of series to discuss and stuff like that.
Possibly. And I don't even know when the trailer
Okay.
dropped. But yeah, so you guys
Huh.
never heard of this?
No, we didn't. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Like, I've never seen the trailer, never seen it mentioned anywhere. It's interesting. They even have Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith is there, and I think he looks like Jaden Smith. A couple of the characters look slightly different, like Macaulay Culkin. I think his character looked like him, but my friend that watched it was like, "That doesn't look like Macaulay Culkin." I'm like, "That is literally Macaulay Culkin." That's how I realize who the voice actor is because the voice sounds familiar and it looks like him. So yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But
Ah.
are you both interested to see this or nah? Not on
Yeah,
your.
yeah, it's on Netflix, so that's easy, easy watch for us, easy access. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I might check it out soon.
Yeah, and it's pretty short too, like only 1 hour and 30. So
Okay, okay. What
yeah,
would you give? 5 out of 5, right? Oh my.
five out of
that's
five out
very
of
high.
5. Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
Alright.
yeah, I think it's pretty charming. And again, it's refreshing to see animation with this kind of story. So
Yeah, I can see what you mean by the what is it? The Spider-Verse style. It exactly looks like it.
oh yeah, and they made
Yeah.
they made it so much more alive, like with the art style. Yeah, it's just the Spider-Verse style brings a lot of character to it. So yeah.
Mm. Right.
Yeah, that is my first weekly watchies. Who's
Very
up next?
nice. Wait, hang on. I want to bring up some things that people saying about Ariq's new camera angle. It's actually not new. If you go back to episode 1, this was my camera angle. The throwback. Which is
It's not a Thursday though, Ariq. Why are you doing a throwback?
wait, is it? Oh shit! It's a
It's
Saturday.
a throwback.
Did you think? Did you think
My
it was a
week,
Thursday?
my weekend began on a Thursday, so I thought it was still a Thursday. Saturday.
That's a nice long weekend. Oh, wow.
I don't have
Damn.
classes on Thursday. I mean, yeah, I only have one
Oh, yeah,
class on Thursday, man. So
cram it.
yeah.
Yeah, nice cram it early in the week. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm very confused, but yeah. Teguh, discuss our film because we watched it together. 'Cause you're weird.
Unfortunately, we couldn't watch the third one because for some reason it's not on Netflix. Well, that and the time constraints. But
Yeah,
we-
that time constraint,
Huh.
yeah.
What is this? I'm curious.
Alright, Albert,
Oh,
can you
it's not
guess?
like my name.
All right. So you said you didn't watch a third one.
Mm-hmm. Because
So
it's not on
there's-
Netflix.
Is there only 3 films in this series?
There is
Yes.
only 3. Each is an hour and a
Third one
half
is not-
long.
Okay, it
Well, I
doesn't
don't know how
help.
long the third one is, but 1 and 2 was an
An
hour
hour
and a half.
long. Okay, it doesn't help that I have American Netflix, so it's different. Oh, you know what? I just remember what Ariq's name is. Your watch Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair because in America, Kung Fu Panda 2 is on Netflix. I don't think 1 is in Netflix. Kung Fu Panda 3 is not in Netflix. So one of them is in
Wait.
Netflix. So there you go. I don't know why.
Wait,
Or maybe
Wait, so you
I-
only
I'll
have
double
one
check.
Kung Fu
I'll
Panda?
double check. But
Oh,
I'm
wait,
pretty
wait.
sure only the second one is. Yeah,
Hmm.
the first one is in HBO Max, so I have to go there. Second one,
Wait,
is-
I have HBO
Wait,
Go. Let
yeah,
me go
is
check
the
if the
third one on
second
HBO Max? Check it.
Oh wait,
I have
never mind, never
HBO.
mind. Now the third one is on Netflix. The second one is not. So there you go.
Yo,
The
what?
second one is available to buy from YouTube for $4.
Wait, yeah, no, I
Not
don't
about
have
to
Kung
do
Fu
that.
Panda 3 and my HBO Go. Only until 2.
Okay, so you guys watched Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, Teguh, take it
Well,
away.
it was literally like I was just sitting there. I was like, I should watch something. It's been a few weeks since like I had a weekly watchies, and I was like, Ariq, what should I watch? And he's like, I kind of want to watch Kung Fu Panda. I was like, all right, we're doing it, and that's what we did. Um, yeah, it's as great as I remembered. Shen is still my favorite villain out of like the trilogy. Um, definitely.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, I don't remember much of 3, but I still don't think anything beats Shen. I don't know, I just really like Shen just because of how savage, I suppose, he is. Um, 1.5 was a lot shorter, so like it did run quicker than I remember it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm sure Arik enjoyed it. Unfortunately, when I had dinner, it wasn't noodles because I didn't have eggs or anything else that would go with noodles. So I had rice instead, and um I betrayed the movie. But yeah, good, great. And Uguay, just because Mr. Bluebolt said Kung Fu Panda goated, and I just remember that we had this discussion. Uguay is the goat.
I mean, he's a
Uguay
turtle,
is so
but
great.
he's the goat.
He's the goat. Uguay is the
I
best.
don't know.
Man literally went. There's no good news or bad news. There's just news.
Tai
Tai
Lung
Lung
has
has escaped from
escaped.
prison. That is
That
bad
is
news.
that
My
is bad
time
news.
has come. Oh, shit.
He just runs away.
It's
Leaves.
just like my time has come and just leaves.
Oh, I love it. So good.
What an idiot.
No, you know what? It's a weird coincidence, because that you watch Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. Because I wasn't planning to bring this up because I have some other films on my watch list that I rather want to talk about. But that past Sunday, so literally a whole week ago, I did watch Kung Fu Panda 3. So well, there you go. What a coincidence. But
I
yeah,
think
I
from
watched
your
I watched 1
letterbox
and
you were
2.
watching. Yeah, I think you watched some of the Kung Fu Pandas.
I did watch a Kung Fu Panda like 1 and 2 like couple weeks ago, and then I just didn't get to 3 until last week. So I did happen to watch 3. And yeah, I'll chime in by saying 3 is definitely the weakest of the trilogy. Or I used to think the first one is the best, but after my recent rewatch, it's definitely the second one is the best one. And then it's the second one, the
Yeah.
first one, and then the third one. The
That's
third
right.
one's kind of lacking a little bit, especially for the wrap up of the trilogy. It doesn't feel fully that satisfying. Although the arrival of Kai, that music is great. Um, but the second one is good because it's dark. It it took an unexpected dark turn with the backstory of Poe, like the whole
Mm-hmm.
massacre and everything, which is super dark. And I also like the relationship between Poe and Tigress. I really like their friendship that they sort of explore more in the second one, which they didn't really, because the first one is very much Poe centric and like learning about him, and the second one you learn about him and the relationship to the Furious Five. And I thought that storyline was pretty strong. So yeah, I like the second one a lot from that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to add like second one's my favorite because again the thing is like Shed's probably like one of the best villains like in movies in general. Probably like one of the best villains in
Yeah.
DreamWorks.
And like I want to add to that, like I actually watched like I forgot what channel it was, but something on YouTube, and like it's one of those like video essay things.
Uh-huh.
And talking about like how Shen is one of the best villains. And then like after I watched that video, and then I didn't rewatching, like I watched that like last month or something, so it's been a while. But like after watching Kung Fu Panda 2 again with Arik, it was like really like you notice things. Like for example, like on the first meeting Poe had with Shen, and like Poe had got hit with the PTSD from seeing Shen's feathers. Shen noticed it, so every encounter after that, Shen just like flared his feathers.
Oh, really?
Mm,
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, and like he realized like he could use the PTSD. Like Shen just had no chill, basically. Like
Yeah,
he's like that's why I like him. Like he's a villain that takes his job as a villain seriously.
he is. And actually, like to add on top of that, I think I also watch like similar videos, like breaking down villains and all that thing. I watched one for like Shen. I remember, the whole his whole shtick with the film, right? Like was it the fortune teller keeps saying he was
Yeah, I keep
defeated by
saying
a
Warrior of Black
warrior
and
of
White.
black and white, yeah. When you realize that actually the warrior in black and white in question was not actually Poe, was himself. Poe didn't kill
Oh,
him. He died. He died of his own
Yeah, no,
actions.
actually
The flame
that's
fell on him.
the thing is the video analysis I watched didn't say that. Their analysis was a bit different. They were like Poe's whole no not Poe Shen's like whole thing is like wanting to escape from his like set destiny, which is why when the mask fell on him, he didn't dodge because he's like, I choose to kill myself. You know,
Yeah, basically, yeah, that was his fate. That
he's
was
like, I
his
want to choose my own
destiny.
fate, and he's like, dude, I'm gonna kill myself, not this fluffy panda.
that
So
is
yeah,
Yeah,
that is an interesting analysis that I never thought of.
yeah.
Huh.
It's a different take of defeated by a warrior of black and white. No, it was him. Was
yeah,
never Poe.
Yeah. Huh.
yeah, it's like yeah. Shen's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more I think about it, yeah, I think Shen is definitely. I don't want to confidently say it's the best villain that DreamWorks have, but it's definitely up
It's
there.
not. I don't think he's the best. I just think he's really good.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything yet because I haven't really given much thought into it, but he's up there for sure. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, and
we gotta remember the villain of Madagascar to Escape to Africa, the Nana. Oh, ultimate
uh,
villain.
Oh,
Ran
Nana.
the Nana.
That's a hard
I mean,
one to
although
beat.
Nana is not like the most best written one, but she's one of the
Uh,
most threatening villains.
yeah, Shrek have a couple of good villains, like the Fairy Godmother. I think is pretty great. Um, I mean, the other Kung Fu Panda villains are good too. Honestly, like,
Yeah, I know, but
but
like
yeah, Shen is the most explored out of those. And like How to
the
Train
reason
Your
why I used to
Dragon as
think Shen
well.
is the best is because, oh my god, I got clicked out.
What?
I clicked on the wrong button. Hang on, my Chrome just closed a bit. Um, I think Shen's like the best only because mainly because he's unlike the other villains, he actually has a connection to Poe personally. It's not just like some big bad villain
Oh
guy.
yeah,
No,
that
yeah,
is true.
that's true. Again, like, and it yeah, to add to the backstory of the whole thing, it's sort of, it's very, it's very. I don't want to say typical, but a lot of sequel does this, where the villains sort of have something to do with the backstory of the hero, and
Mm,
this one, even though yes, it's a trope, but it does work a lot
works,
with
yeah.
that. And yeah, Gary Oldman's performance as Shen is great. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I do like that. Also, I didn't know until now the Toothsayer, I believe the name,
Yeah,
the
the
goat
goat. Yeah,
that
Yeah.
was voiced by Michelle Yeoh. So
yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
to
that
be
until.
fair, I didn't notice it until this session. I was like, wait a minute, is that Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah,
And then the more I heard her speak, I'm like, yeah, it's Michelle Yeoh.
yeah. Now Oscar nominee Michelle Yeoh. But yeah, yeah. This the voice cast is great. Yeah. Um, James Hong is there obviously as Mr. Ping, which I didn't know until my most recent rewatch as well. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So anything else to add to the Kung Fu Panda trilogy?
No, that's actually I need to watch the third one. I've never watched it fully.
Oh, I've never
Seen
watched it.
bits of it. I've seen the
Yeah.
ending.
My
I know the general
my
idea.
biggest issue with the third one is I think they sort of fail to balance. Yes, Kung Fu Panda is a lot of comedy, but I think the third one really fails to balance the comedy and the drama. And the parts where it could have been awesome and really good with terms of drama, they just throw in a joke in there, and I just thought it ruined the moment. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, that's my biggest issue with the third one.
they went the Marvel Phase 4 route. Okay, I see.
The Marvel Phase 4. Right?
I'm
Yeah,
throwing shots, man. I'm
no,
throwing,
that's fair. That's fair.
throwing shade.
So Teguh and Ariq, what would you guys give the ratings to this first two film? I guess, and I'll add the rating to the
Hmm.
third one.
Hello? What's your ratings? I'm still think I already figured it out
No,
already. Yeah.
4 and 4.5.
4.5.
Okay.
I'll just write it down here.
And
But-
I'll give a 3.5, 3.5 for Kung Fu Panda 3.
Right. Let me put. Okay, yeah, I agree with that as well. 4 for the first one. 4.5
According to
for the
my
second one.
memory, yeah, like Kung Fu
That's
Panda 3 is probably a 3.5, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
You can say that we haven't watched it yet. It's only Albert's.
I
You gotta
have
find it.
watched
You gotta
I
find
just need
it
to
elsewhere.
rewatch it.
It's
You have to
weird.
rewatch it, yeah.
It is weird that they're not all in the same streaming service. But yeah, I guess Universal doesn't have a streaming service, so that kind of makes sense since DreamWorks has now been purchased to Universal. Which that's also one thing that I found out recently. I for some reason I thought DreamWorks has always been Universal. Maybe it's part of it is because of the theme parks, because they own the rights to the theme park. They own the rights to the characters for the theme parks.
Oh, do
Universal
they?
does, but they didn't. But Universal Studios did not purchase DreamWorks Studios, the film studio, until 2018. I think it's sometime recent. But they didn't
Mhm.
purchase. They didn't purchase the film studio until recently. But they've always had the theme park, right? So yeah, there was something that I found out recently. So I'm like, huh, interesting. But yeah. All right. So what do we have up next? So that's
What
Teguh
does
and Ariq. So do we go back to Kelvin now?
what does Kelvin have next? I've never heard of this film, but so I'll describe it. I'll describe. So the film Kelvin watched is called After Yang, and
Okay.
his review is feels like I'm watching watching an extended Black Mirror episode. Colin Farrell is great at playing characters that are at a lost and sad, just like in Banshee of in Inisherin. Sadly, it's not just my type of movie. 3.5 out of 5. I have no idea what After Yang is, or if you've ever heard of it.
I am familiar with it. It came out. I think it came out in the U.S. early last year, 2022. I'm gonna read the IMDb plot. I haven't seen this. I've heard good to mixed stuff regarding the performances and the story. But it's a sci-fi drama, and it's basically in the near future, a family reckons with question. Okay, this is IMDb. Okay, in the near future, a family reckons with questions of love, connection, and loss of their AI helper. Unexpectedly breaks down. Okay, so I
Isn't
think
this Plastic Memories? Oh, I'm confused.
I think it's a. So it's a. You know what? I'm gonna read it. There is the Google synopsis here. When a young daughter's beloved companion, an android named Yang, malfunctions, Jake, which I believe is the dad, Jake searches for a way to repair it. In the process, Jake discovers the life that has been passing before him as he reconnects with his wife and daughter. So that is the plot. And it stars Colin Farrell, Haley Lou Richardson, Jodie Turner Smith. So yeah, I've not seen this. I'm It's probably somewhere in the back of my watch list, but I'm not seeking this out anytime soon. Especially Calvin didn't recommend it. So, do you guys have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I don't know what to think of this film.
Fair.
I'm not particularly interested, but at the same time, not entirely disinterested. I can understand just what is it like based on the description, the story, like how the drama will play out. But at the same time, like I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
not
can
hundred
see it.
percent.
It's probably like one of those things of like, oh, I've been working so hard trying to fix this, trying to bring life to this android, but my whole life has been passing through me. Something like that kind of thing, probably.
Yeah. Kind of like that drama vibe, but at the same time, not for me kind of deal. At the same time.
It's directed by a South Korean filmmaker named, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, Kogo Nada, Kogonada. So there you go.
Can't say I know him.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. He also directed Columbus 2017. I haven't seen that film, but I've heard good stuff about the film Columbus. So, all right. So if there's nothing, let's just move on to the next one then.
Just you.
Which is me. Okay, this one will. I'll do it. I'll do it real quick because it's a rewatch. I rewatched Die Hard, 1988. That film is so good, dude. I forget how good that film is. And I should really. It's now definitely gonna be in my Christmas rotation. I've only seen this one other time. The first time around, I did love it. The second time around and watching it was like, yeah, this film is just so much fun. Bruce Willis is fantastic. Alan Rickman, man, I miss him. He's so. I don't think I've ever seen a bad performance from him. Like I love him as Snape, and I love him in this. He's so good, and the fact that this is Alan Rickman's first film ever is kind of wild.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was his debut.
Oh.
So it's kind of wild, and yeah, just he's great. And I mean, we all know the story of Die Hard. Like, if you don't know it, then this is, I guess, minor spoiler. But John McClane, Bruce Willis' character, is a New York cop. He goes to LA to meet his wife in the Nakatomi Tower, which his wife is working for Christmas, and then there is a terrorist that hold the company hostage. So yeah, the terrorist leader is played by Alan Rickman, Hans Gruber, and it's just this one man against a group of terrorists organization, this crime group, and it's so great. The action is so good, dude, and there's so many quotable stuff like "Yippee ki
Yeah. 10 points to John McClane. No, that didn't. He did say that.
It's like the ho ho ho! I got a machine gun now. Like that's such a great moment.
Oh yeah, that yeah. Ho.
Yeah, and then like it's just so good. Like the police, Sergeant Powell is like, they're turning my car into Swiss cheese. I need backup right now. It's like so great. But yeah, it's good. It's definitely, I'm gonna rewatch it more. It's definitely gonna go to my Christmas rotation because, Christmas people throw in like Home Alone, Love Actually. What else is like the most common? Like Christmas Carol, Christmas Vacation, the Muppets Christmas Carol. I'm gonna throw in like Die Hard to spice it up a little, like after a good family, like a chill Christmas film, like let's go Die Hard. This should be fun. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do that.
I mean, arguably speaking, Home Alone is like a PG Die Hard, anyways.
PG Die Hard. Fair. Not as many murders in Home Alone.
Yeah, no murders. People got hurt, but no murders.
Yeah.
So what you give this out of
5 out of 5.
anything else?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty high because I do remember this film quite well, and I guess if I were to rewatch it, I'd give it like more of a 4 out of 5. It was definitely the better Die Hard films. I remember the latest one. I think the one in Russia. That one's so bad.
Oh yeah, I am planning to watch the rest of the franchise. I haven't gotten to it yet. I've only seen the first one. And yeah, this is the second rewatch of my first rewatch of this film. I've only seen it one other time a while ago, and I've never seen the rest of the 5 films I think in the series. So I'll get to that sometime soon. Yeah.
5 films? Yeah. Oh yeah, damn.
I believe so, because it's Die Hard with a Vengeance.
That's the second
Die
one.
Hard.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
I'm gonna Google it.
Die Hard series.
Die Hard franchise.
Off not. Oh, sorry. I don't know
Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free, or Die Hard, A Good Day to Die Hard. So those are the trilogy.
Yeah, that's
Not trilogy, 5 films. Yeah.
Good Day to Die Hard was just mid.
No, okay.
Yeah, no. Well, it wasn't even mid. I put that at the very bottom. I think the other good one was the 4th one, wasn't it? Or is it the 3rd one? Oh, it was the 4th one.
I don't remember too much. The only one I
Man.
remember is the 4th one because that's the last one I watched.
No, a good. Yeah. Oh, the 4th one is the one where he destroyed an F-35 with the explosive barrel. I think. You remember that scene, Teguh?
All I know, the second one takes place in an airport, right, or something like that.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. Yeah, it was in an airport.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I know about anything regarding any of the other sequels. That's all I know. So I'm curious to
Yeah,
see where this is
because they
gonna
didn't
go.
make the rest of Christmas movie. That's why.
They should make all of the other films like something to do with other holidays. Like one is Thanksgiving, one is an airport because he's going back home for Thanksgiving, and one is like he's doing an Easter egg hunt with his family, and then there's another terrorist attack. Um,
Oh, what 5 holidays can you think of for each? I mean, apart from Christmas.
Independence Day would be perfect for one of them.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Independence
Like a
Day.
terrorist attack. Another one would be what is another big holiday?
uh,
Um,
what's a very obscure day?
uh, I have
What was
no
that thing
idea.
we discussed? The all-topping pizza day or some shit.
All topping pizza. All topping pizza day. He's purchasing pizza, and then there's
And then suddenly a terrorist attack Jesus.
the pizza too. Yeah. My God. Okay.
A
Anyway,
good day
that
to
is-
slice hard. I mean,
Whoa.
die hard.
Whoa.
Whoa. Slice hard with a vengeance.
Slice hard with a vengeance. I don't know why we're coming up with like spin-offs
Right.
of Die Hard.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Who got next?
Kelvin has 2 more films. Third one he watched, Sonic 2. Hype AF for the third movie. They were right. Idris Elba voicing Knuckles is too sexy. Can't spoiler. Can't wait for Shadow. Oh, oops. Okay, well I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah,
He
they
gave it
teased in the
3.5.
post-credit scene.
Yeah, he gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I still haven't watched the first film because I keep
Oh.
forgetting. I don't remember. I don't even know what streaming service it's on. Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. I watched that. I definitely watch both on theaters, and yeah, I can. The first one is okay. I didn't love the first one. I really like the second. Well, okay, not really like. I like the second one a lot more, and I think the second one is a lot more fun as well. So yeah, without spoiling too much into it, yeah, I think the second one just embraced the video game nature of it, and it just brings so much more fun to it. Have Teguh seen this?
No, I haven't seen the first one either.
Me and Teguh have not seen this. Yeah, I just checked. It's not on Netflix. It's on
That's fair.
Amazon Prime and Vudu on Apple
That's fair.
TV.
But yeah, all right. So Sonic the Hedgehog 2. There you go. Okay, so go back to me now. Right, let me see the release dates of this. All right, so I just stumbled across this on Netflix. This film has always been in my radar because it's a basketball movie called Coach Carter. Came out in 2005. Samuel L. Jackson plays the coach named Coach Carter. This is basically a high school basketball movie, and like I've been trying to get into more basketball films because if you guys know me, I'm a big fan of basketball. But it's tough for basketball movies to be good, especially because, I mean, in my opinion, sports movies in general are tough to be good because you gotta like the cat, you gotta be able to root for them, and usually it means an underdog story, and like the ending for like sports movie usually are kind of predictable, so you gotta try to make the predictability work, and Coach Carter really did that. It's a good performance by Sam Jackson because he's literally just tasked to be this coach. And if you know sports coaches, they just yell. So Sam Jackson just yelling is like great. It's like he just goes like, Mr. Cruz, give me 500 push-ups. What? I'm not gonna give you 500 push-ups. I'm out of here. If you're out of here, then I'll give you 1,000 push-ups. What? It's like it's just like back and forth. And that's not actually what happened. That's not the actual like script read. That's not actually the film, but that's sort of like my interpretation of it. But yeah, Sam Jackson is great in it. I actually give a really good performance. And the idea behind this film is, yes, he's a sports coach, but he prioritized the education first because they're called student athletes. They're student first, then athletes. So if you want to be part of this team, you got to be able to maintain a certain GPA. You got to maintain a certain grade, or not. We're not gonna have sports games. You're not gonna be part of the team. I'm not gonna let you play. In order to be part of the team, you got to do this. And yeah, and then the team saw, because of his like strict teaching on and off the court, the team that started off really poorly, they become really good and become like undefeated and everything like that. So it truly is an underdog story, and I like that it's not just a typical sports film. And there is a lot of like, school comes first and everything comes second. And yeah, I like it a lot. Again, the performance is great. Didn't notice this is the first ever Channing Tatum movie. This is his debut film, so that was very interesting to see. And it's weird because I was like, they have Channing Tatum in this film, but they didn't really utilize him that much. And only after the fact, I was like, oh, this is his first film ever. He's not big yet. No wonder they didn't utilize him that much. He's just like a background character that appears. I'm like, very interesting. But yeah, it's a I like it a lot. I gave it 5 stars. I do enjoy it. I think the basketball is part of it, but yeah, I think it's just truly. I was at the edge of my seat in the final match of the game. I was like, no, what's gonna happen? I'm like, it's super invested. So yeah, it's really exciting. Have you guys seen this?
No, definitely not.
Nope. Can't say
I'm
right
not
now.
too. I'm not into sports or sports films, and this is like an old, like, was it Samuel L.
2005.
Jackson film? So like, I don't even remember the first time I saw Samuel L. Jackson was what, Jurassic Park, and I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah, that was 1993. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was him till like what, 2013.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, if anything, I just want to bring this up. So there is a particular scene that totally stole the whole show for me, and I'm gonna screen share this. But what the idea behind this is that the students failed, like I mentioned, they have to maintain a certain GPA. The students failed to maintain a certain GPA point, so he's like, okay, fine. You guys failed to fulfill your agreement. I'm canceling the game. So in this particular scene, I'm gonna share. He is canceling the game, and well, let's just watch it. You see that guy in the background? The guy who's just like furiously yelling. And my favorite part of this whole thing is not only he stole the scene, he's so angry, and you can hear his voice like, "Ah, ah." You can see his voice, and if you even mute it, if you mute it, he is shaking his fist furiously. When was the last time you saw someone shaking your fist because they were so angry? I just love this
yeah.
guy's reaction. Ah! And I've never.
Yeah, I
seen-
shake my fist like that often, just not when I'm angry. We cannot
Oh,
discuss
no.
this on.
Oh, no.
We cannot discuss this on stream.
In all seriousness, no. Like, I've never seen. I'm part of a basketball team. I've never seen anyone this upset for a high school basketball game to be canceled. He is like this. Like, Coach Carter needs a restraining order from this guy. I feel like he's gonna murder him or something. He's just so pissed off. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get you, Coach." What is it? Like, he's so pissed. Yeah, I just thought that he stole the whole scene. And I thought it's just so funny that it's gonna. And I'm pretty sure, because every films they use ADR, they do voiceover right after the fact. I am pretty sure they enhance his voice in this moment, because you can clearly hear him scream.
Yeah, even until there.
I'm pretty sure they did. So yeah, I just love that that whole scene. I'm like, my God, that guy, he just stole the whole attention of this whole film. So
You know
yeah.
what? That's like, next time not next time, it never happened once. But like, if I was hired as an extra, at least I know what to do to get the attention. I'll just yell really loud.
Yell really loud, shake your fist. Rotate
Up here, right? Not down here.
Gyrate your fist.
Gyrate your fist.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do as an extra, if I ever get into one.
But yeah, great scene.
So, how much do you give Coach Carter?
5 out of 5.
Wow, Albert's just like giving
Listen, man.
fives.
In my opinion, making a great. My standard for basketball movie is high. in my opinion, making a great one is tough. I think this deserves to be up there. Again, the basketball stuff is great, but the drama around it makes it even better. And yeah, Sam Jackson is great. Plus the extra, gives it a bonus. Name another film with such a great extra that stole the show like that. So there you go.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. I have nothing else to add. Great stuff. If you wanna check it out, I recommend. Who got next?
I checked the film. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I guess
Oh,
if
yeah,
I want to
same.
watch it, yeah, it's there.
There you go.
Nice. I don't know why. I just want to mention this. I watched a video recently about Samuel L. Jackson. Like, apparently I think he helped developed an anime back in like 2007 or something called
What?
Afro Samurai. It's really
I've
badass.
heard
not gonna
about
lie.
this. I
So
think.
so when he said, what is it? Do you like anime? Yes, I do. He actually wasn't lying. He really did. And I'm pretty sure he watched the other version of anime. One with an H. One with an H and rhymes with Thai. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, yeah, enough of Sam L. Jackson. So Kelvin's next film. So this is the last one. He watched Elvis. Doing that, that film starring Austin Butler. So what his review? Austin Butler is amazing portraying Elvis. I like the flashback scene when young Elvis was seizuring in the church.
Oh.
Okay.
If you've seen it, you know what this is. It's kind of funny. Basically, he grew up in the South where there's sort of like he grew up in the black community, and it's like that's like the whole thing with Elvis. Like people think like, oh, he stole like the black sound because of the dance move, and the sound is sort of like the blues kind of thing, rock and roll, which is from the South. So he goes, young Elvis goes to like this church which is primarily African Americans, and like African Americans church sort of have like really energetic gospels kind of thing, and Elvis sort of become like possessed by the sound. It's like oh kind of thing, and they make it in a way where it sort of feels, it's definitely over dramatic. I don't know if it's real or not, but he's like sort of consumed by the sound, and he's sort of like just pass out to the ground after like listening to the music, and the priest is like, let the music flow through you, the Holy Spirit kind of thing. So yeah, it's kind of funny.
Okay, so that's the context. I thought Kelvin just likes seeing people get seizures. Thought he was a bit strange. Okay, so then he adds, it feels fast paced, especially in the first half. Barely felt the 2.5 hour runtime. 4 out of 5. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen Elvis, but I bought HBO Go. HBO, it's called HBO Go here, and it's HBO Max, same thing.
Oh yeah.
That thing is on there along with Everywhere All at Once. I'm gonna watch those two.
Oh, you gotta watch everything everywhere. That's what
I'm gonna watch those two films next, because I'm missing good films of 2022, and all I have is Blonde on my previous draft. Oh. Still haven't watched it, by the way. I'm not gonna.
It's not like, seriously, put it on the background while you play a game, because not only is the film really freaking long, and yes, the performance by Ana de Armas is really good and like really daring performance from her, but it's such a depressing and very, what's the word for it?
Gloomy.
It sucks the life out of you. Like the story sucks the life out of you. It's like the opposite of uplifting. So yeah.
What's the opposite of lift? Pushing.
Down dropping.
Never mind. Down dropping. It's such a down dropping film. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So last one for me. I'm gonna make this real quick. First, two films, but I'll make it quick. First one, White Man Can Jump. Another basketball movie. I happened to stumble. This has been in my radar forever, because people say it's one of the best basketball movies ever. I watched it. I didn't love it. I think it was good. 4 out of 5. Woody Harrelson plays the white man who cannot jump, and then, well, he can jump, but it's sort of like the joke, like a white man cannot jump. And then Wesley Snipes played the African American who's like really good at basketball. Both of them are good at basketball. But yeah, I didn't love it. But because of this film, I stumbled across a different sports film called Wildcats, hence my name just now. And it's a football movie. It's a high school football movie. And basically, what's it about? It's a Goldie Hawn plays this high school football coach that got assigned to this high school, which is like not doing well, very poor, like a not great school. Anyway, doesn't matter. The film is not great, but I need to bring this up. The film is not great. 2.5 star. It's not a great film. The performances are okay by Wesley Snipes and like by Woody Harrelson. But I think I might have found the biggest continuity mistake in the history of films. And I don't even know where to begin. But yeah, basically, it happens in here. By the way, the film is available on YouTube, so that tells you about how much come into this film. I don't know how.
It's an old film, to be fair.
It's not that old. It's only from 1986. It's not a famous film. I checked Letterboxd. Only 3 other people from people I follow have seen it, and they all gave it like a low rating. But anyway, doesn't matter. I just want to bring this up because again, and I don't know where to begin. So let's just watch this, and you guys want to keep your eyes open for this, okay? So I clipped this out from the YouTube. If you want to watch it on your own, it's on the 54-minute mark, I believe. Yeah, okay. So if you're listening on audio, obviously cannot see this. You can either search up Wildcats 1986 on YouTube and go to the 54-minute mark, I believe, or if not, you can check out in this live stream. But anyway, guys, just watch this. Look at guy number 89, okay? Right, number 89, a black guy, very strong. All right. Oh, he brings the ball. Handles the tackle really well. Oh, he got it. Oh no, he got tackled. Oh no, the black guy's down. Oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How did that mistake happen? What?
My man pulled the Michael Jackson off.
What the fuck? That is not even subtle. That is not even subtle. Like,
Wait,
how did
is the
that
guy
happen?
originally meant to be white or?
Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know who this
he's
guy is supposed to be. I know who
he's just
this
an
guy is
extra.
supposed to be. That's Woody fucking Harrelson.
Okay, so it's the stuntman. They had the stuntman who's a black guy, and then
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? When I was watching this, I'm like, wait a minute, did the black guy turn white over one scene? What did I just witness? I'm like, that is insanity. First of all, I don't know what happening did either no one notice this? How did it slip through the cracks? How did it slip through the cracks? He got tackled so hard he turned white. I'm so confused. And
he got the melon slapped out of him.
The part and it's like after that he salute as well. I'm like, I'm cured or something. I have no idea, man. It's
I'm cured.
I'm cured.
so what the fuck is going on? I am so confused. How did no one caught this? If it's a small film, okay, sure. This is a whole production. It goes through an editing team. It goes through literally during the scene. Someone must have noticed, like, wait a minute, the guy was black, sir. How did it turn to Woody Harrelson? This
I actually
mistaken
can
history.
actually one up this from Albert, but I can't be bothered to find the clip. But like, there's a clip in when me and Teguh watch Transformers: Age of Extinction. There's a clip where like what's his name? Mark Wahlberg was fighting the main
Oh,
villain.
yeah.
And like when he was taking behind cover, there was like another guy behind him. I think he was part of the production team, and they forgot to edit him out. So it just looks like he got blasted by some energy bolts. Maybe I can show it a bit. Hang on. Let me see this. What's his name?
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, I have no idea. I have no idea how it happens. Maybe there is an explanation in terms of in-world continuity. Maybe it's like, oh, they switch costumes in the huddle after they fell down. I don't know, man. But like seriously, I'm so confused. How again there has to be like so many people working on this film, and it's a small film, sure, but how did that slip through the cracks? That is like so.
I just want to share screen it for a bit because
Okay.
yeah, here you can see it here. Like I'll play the film. See, he's fighting the main robot. Look, there's a guy.
Oh, there's
There's a guy there. He just got blasted, and then he just edited him out. He's gone.
Go back. I gotta see this again.
Wait. Can I?
There's not even a guy there. There's not even an angle from that side.
He's fighting. Look, hey, there's even you can even see him a bit there. See, there's a guy.
That is
In my opinion, this is a worse continuity error than what you just showed up in my
worse
opinion.
than changing race in the middle of a scene.
Yeah, I mean, like this guy. At least that's still the same
No,
guy.
you know what?
Sometimes you can miss it.
Transformers is a bigger production, so they shouldn't have missed this. Like, okay, like
I mean-
sometimes this kind of mistake sometimes baffles me, man. Because like there must so many people are working on this. How did it slip? So
It
yeah.
makes no sense. So yeah, I was like, who's this guy? Huh? I think he just wanted this like second of fame. Mom, look, I ruined the production value. I like how I keep making fun of like that guy, but in my you weren't here, but like in my finals I made a film, right? And I basically did the same thing. I ruined the production shot by appearing in a reflection. I was directing a film and I appeared on the scene. So yeah.
I think I heard about it during the playback. Like you appear on the reflection, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So I was a movie mistake as well.
Yeah. I literally just want to bring up that film just to show that like whoever that poor stunt guy is like, man, I got a shining moment in the film Wildcats. Oh, really? What happened? I got hit, and then they replaced me with Woody Harrelson. wait, what? There's one shining moment. I don't know if that's just one credit in film. Is that scene, and like he'll always be remembered as the guy who turned into Woody Harrelson.
Well,
after
what
he
are they crediting him as? Huh? Racial exchange? Oh
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys, if anyone is watching this and they think, oh my god, we're canceling you guys can't cancel Councilmen for this. It's not our mistake. It's their mistake. We're just
It's
pointing it
literally
out.
their that is
We're
literally
just
their
pointing it
problem.
out. So yeah. There we go.
Right, anyway,
Great
before
stuff.
we move on, I just want to mention this. Like, so Cameron said, if you're a Monster Hunter fan, you need to watch Star. Yeah, I watched the ending only. It was literally the final scene. That's all I watched just to see it. But
That's
I might watch the film fully because I want to understand how she got to that. What is it? Situation. Like all of a sudden, why is she performing for Monster Hunter? So I'll watch the full film. I'm watching it backwards, I
watching
know
it
the
backwards.
ending. Yeah, I know the ending. I'll figure it out the rest later.
That is
But
very,
yeah,
all right.
that was it. It's a
long-
very
long
long weekly watchies, but it doesn't matter. We like weekly watchies. It's the funnest part of our show, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
when else can I show you a failed extra? You know what? I'm gonna try to find more failed extra or like crazy extras or movie mistakes from my not quickly watches.
Yeah,
I can find.
well, we might actually. Yeah,
I don't think I can top that. I don't think I can top that one, honestly. That one has
the
to be one of the
Councilmen
most.
find movie mistakes. Yeah, the only one I got is that one from Age of Extinction, or if you want to include my film as well, I made a cock up of that. But yeah, let us move on. What is the next thing we're gonna? Is it more news?
Yeah. So
Or-
let's.
oh wait,
go
no,
to
there's trailers as well. Yeah.
Yep. So let's go to the first trailer topic of the day. We got the trailers for Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. So this is the new Paramount film that is dropping in March, I believe. March 31st for Paramount. this film that stars Chris Pine among many others, but the trailer just dropped. So let's talk about it. What do you guys think of the trailer?
Teguh, you start. This was in your cat. This is in this category, right? It is. Or is
Yeah,
it
it
someone
was.
else's?
His
Yeah,
draft.
It was
fun.
in his
I
draft.
think
I mean, yeah.
Yep. Fifth
I
pick.
I'm not sure, but I like how I'm going to assume how like in the beginning of the trailer, like what's her name? Valkyrie just picks up a brick and just like starts slamming all the soldiers, and then like you just see like Chris Pine just like trying to like use sharp stairs. I'd like to imagine that was like the players like you can either use a brick or cut the ropes and like they rolled the dice and use the brick was like rolled a 20 and cutting the rope was like a 5 or something, you know. So
To be
that's
fair,
how
his
I'm
character is a
imagining like the
bard, so he
different,
probably didn't have
yeah.
the strength.
Yeah, so, I have no idea. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. My exposure to Dungeons and Dragons is like seeing other people play on the very limited that I've seen. So like I don't really know the roles. Like when you say bard, I have no idea what that means. So
I'm not bothered enough to have a 20-minute discussion about the rules and stuff, but like, but point is there's like different classes, they have different strengths,
right,
like
yeah, I
like
know.
it is in a lot of video
There's
games.
like a mage. There is like
Yeah.
the sorcerer and mage. I guess is the same thing. But there's like sort of the. I have no idea what else. That's it. The knight. Is that a chess piece or is that Dungeons and Dragons character? No idea.
That's a chess piece. And okay, there's
But yeah,
there's
no,
like
I mean like
14 different. Yeah, okay, I'm not going.
yeah,
I'm
that,
not
no,
going to
we don't
bother
have to
with
get
it.
we don't have to get into it.
You know what? Here you can just check Mr. Bluebolt's comment
Oh.
about each character as which.
So Chris
What do you
Pine,
call it?
is a bard. Michelle Rodriguez is a barbarian. Renee Jean Page is a paladin. Justice Smith
Paladin.
is sorcerer. Paladin.
Paladin.
Sophia Lillis is a druid. And he says they have feels of a tabletop adventure game brought to live action.
Where is this
Fair.
guy asking us? I don't know. Where's the dungeon master? Who are you? Kelvin Yohanes.
Kelvin sending in the live chat.
You gonna call him out like that?
We'll find. We'll do it soon enough. There's already the. You know what?
But yeah,
We'll
I thought the trailer was a lot of fun. I still have no idea what's going on. I think it's a lot of fantastical nonsense, which is kind of interesting to see. And definitely, I think they're gonna balance the comedy. I want to say comedic and comedy, and then become comedy. The comedy and the drama pretty well, and the fantasy aspect. I mean, this is from the director of Game Night, which is like really funny film. So I think they can balance it pretty well. And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how great they're gonna. They have to be. I feel like the directors have to be geeks of Dungeons and Dragons, right, to really be able to nail the storytelling aspect of it. Because they can probably nail the comedy, but they need to be able to nail the Dungeons and Dragons part, right?
I mean, there are like books for it, for the campaigns and all that. So they can definitely there's a lot of references for them to take from. So yeah.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I'm interested because, like I haven't seen Sophia Lillis in anything outside of the It films. So seeing her here, looking forward to see what she can do. And like Justice Smith as well. I'm a fan of his work. And like I think Hugh Grant is supposed to be the villain. So that's interesting. The last time I saw him as a villain was Paddington. So Paddington 2? I think it's Paddington 2. Or is it the first one? I don't remember. I think it's the second one. But yeah, Hugh Grant is a fun guy. So I'm curious to see what he can do if he is the villain based on the trailer. Interested to see how he is because I feel like he's gonna play an over the top character, and I think it will fit the vibe of this film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything particular that you guys are excited about that stood out from the trailer?
Stood out or particular? I'm not entirely sure. Because I don't know. Like when I see the whole trailer, I'm like, this looks like an incredibly fun mess. That's what I'm thinking. because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff in the world of like D&D, well, depending on the campaign they choose and all that. So
Mhm.
it's just like a big fantasy brawl is what I'm thinking of, and which is it's kind of cool. Will it get high ratings? Who cares? It's not my draft. It's not the goose draft. The point is I think we're gonna have fun watching this, or at least hopefully it doesn't turn
That's all
boring.
that matters to me.
I hope they also embrace at the same. I hope they embrace. They don't talk down to their audience, but at the same time, it's clear enough so that people who doesn't know Dungeons and Dragons understand what's going on, but people who know Dungeons and Dragons feels like they're not being talked down to. That's a tough
Mm.
balance that they have to strike,
Yeah.
and I hope they find a good balance for it. So yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm.
I think it's gonna be hard to balance that actually.
I'm just
Yeah.
reading from the comments, but it seems like the people who that have actually played D&D, they seem to kind of vibe with it. Most of their comments is like, them being uncooperative is like the very nature of a typical D&D campaign. So I guess they're finding it more relatable in a way. Well, I guess so. I guess a chaotic D&D session
Im-
would be,
Imagine Imagine if the end of the film they sort of like zoom out and it turns out it's a bunch of people playing a D&D game.
Mhm.
If that's a twist, how would you feel about it? Do you think that's a good twist or not?
Well, now
It's
it's
alright.
just predictable now that you just mentioned it.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
Well, I mean, it'll be a surprise for sure, but not a welcome one because it's not
Not
as
a welcome one.
because it's not as like mind blowing. It's like, oh look, this is just like a kid's session of D&D, and this is what's going on in their heads or in their imaginations as they're playing along.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, I think this should be a lot of fun. Again, Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly, the director of Game Night, is working with this, and we already mentioned the cast earlier. Also, apparent. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I've heard about them. I've never watched them, but there is this famous like web series called Critical Role, who does lots of
Mhm.
Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and apparently they're also involved in sort of like consulting and like they make cameos in the film. So maybe that
Mm.
is promising if they have like some experts of Dungeons and Dragons. So
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
also,
Why did Paramount do that for Halo, huh?
I don't know.
To keep
I
them in
don't know.
line, huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Huh? How Paramount?
By the way,
Yeah, they were saying.
I wanna say like 70% of me feels like Chris Pine have no idea what's going on. He's like, I have no idea what Dungeons and Dragons is. Sure, I'm a bard. I don't know what that is. I feel like he doesn't know what's going on. But maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe there is more to him.
I
But
mean,
it
to be
feels
fair,
like he doesn't know anything.
I think the movie might be, a bit better if he genuinely doesn't know what the hell is going on and he's just like playing along.
Playing along.
A bit
Yeah,
more comedic in a way.
They could be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad they went the comedic route instead of the super serious route. So, yeah, I think
I
should be a lot of fun.
think the super serious route would be arguably more cringe, just because they'll try to be serious and then it isn't.
Oh yeah, and then it flops.
Yeah, then it flops. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. You have nothing else to add to this.
I have nothing else to add either. To go. Looking
Nope,
forward to it.
nothing else to add.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's not looking forward to it. Okay.
All right.
I was thinking like, oh no, my draft.
My
That's
draft.
No, that's fine.
I
Your
mean,
draft should be fine.
Yeah, so from one Dungeons and Dragons, let's go to another trailer that features dragons in it. Shazam! Fury of the
Dragons
Gods.
and Shazam. Oh yeah, there was in the
It
trailer.
was in the trailer. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The trailer dropped. The second trailer, I believe, that
Yep,
dropped.
trailer
this.
2.
Yep, it's also coming out in March. This one coming out first, March 17. So they're marketing films that coming out in March very soon here. And yeah, the trailer dropped. I'll start off by saying, trailer looks exciting. I think they show a little bit too much, in my opinion. I'll say that. But the trailer's exciting. I like the tone. I like that it seems pretty dark. And I'm curious to see how the whole Shazam family gets tied into this, because the first one, obviously, mainly Shazam at the very end. Spoilers: they all got the powers, and obviously in the poster and trailers, you already know that all the Shazam family got the powers. The Batson family. I guess it's not Batson family; it's the extended orphan family. But the foster family, not orphan. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna see more of the dynamic of the Shazam family in this one. Should be interesting, and the villain looks great. Lucy Liu, Helen Mirren plays the villain. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun, and it just looks way, way bigger than the first one. Just with I mean, literally, there's a dragon, and there's so many other more stuff. And it seems like, based on the trailer, the villains have the power to struck them with lightning, and they turn back to their kid form, which is a crazy villain move, because that means they're just powerless right at that point. So if that's the fact, if I'm seeing that correctly, that's exciting to see. But yeah, I do think the trailer show a little bit too much. Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with the showing a bit too much. It felt like we got a brief summary of what's gonna happen just throughout. And also, like, I'm comparing it to like the first trailer they dropped. It seems like they've taken a slightly more serious tone. I don't know, with all the like, the scenes they're showing, and I guess like, the music, the epicness of the music they make it, and all that.
Yeah.
Like the first one felt a bit more, the typical lighthearted one, but then this one, like, they tried to make it more epic. But yeah, overall it does actually look impressive. It's pretty cool seeing all the weird dragons and magic and stuff.
No, yeah, that's fair. Teguh, what do you think of this trailer?
Well, I didn't watch the first one, and honestly, the second one hasn't made me any more interested to watch the first one either. So,
You're not interested in seeing kids getting struck by lightning and
no, I can't say that I am, Albert.
You don't want to see kids get struck by lightning.
I mean, they literally get struck by lightning and they get powered. So that is literally their origin. So,
Nobody drafted this, didn't we? Or did we
Oh,
have like a back and forth?
I believe Kelvin drafted it. Yeah, Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, for the, what do you call it? Potential box office, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it has a potential to be good. The first one, I do like the first one. The second one, I'm curious again where it goes. I think the villain is interesting. And yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see the dynamic of the kids and the adults, and Rachel Zegler is in this as well, so that's fun to see. But yeah, I'm curious, and I'm also curious. Did you guys saw Black Adam?
Not really.
Okay, not really. What does that mean? You saw parts of
Wait.
it?
Yeah, I think I saw Shazam throwing someone against the wall. Is that not Black
No,
Adam?
no, I mean not in the trailer. Did
you
you
meant
see the Black Adam movie?
Oh, you didn't mention the one movie. Yeah, I did. Why?
Do you think they're gonna tie in some stuff from Black Adam to this one? Because obviously the Wizard is involved and everything like that.
Wizard.
And it is the same Wizard. I'm curious if they're gonna reference something to do with Black Adam or something like that. Like, it's like, I trusted someone once and I lost my trust or something.
I mean, they got it right. I mean, like, his film's already released. It's not really a secret anymore.
Yeah.
Oops.
But yeah, I'm curious. I am curious to see how this one goes. By the way, does this film title have an exclamation point and a colon? Because that's just like
And a
wrong.
colon.
That's just wrong if you have an exclamation point and a colon in the title. Or did I just put a colon because?
Oh no, there isn't. It's just Shazam! Exclamation mark! Fury of the Gods.
So it's just me putting it in here with a
It's just
colon,
you,
because
Albert.
that will be it will be a crime.
Damn it, Albert.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this?
Teguh, thoughts on this? Hype? No hype? Never liked DC? I don't know. Alright, maybe nothing.
We'll take the silence as a
No.
no.
Nah, nothing.
Alright.
Nothing from
Fair
me.
enough. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like reacted that much to when I watched the first Shazam. I just thought it was, it was a film.
It
Okay,
was a
no, it was a decent film. If I think it was just a film, people will think I'm talking about Morbius. It's not more.
Morbius.
Because Morbius is the film of all time or whatever.
The
I
film of
forgot
all
what rank
time.
of you was.
Did you is there I feel like you're missing a blank in there, Ariq, or is it are you
No,
purposefully just
no.
saying
It,
it's the
it,
film
it
of
is
all
it is
time?
a film of all time.
A film of all time.
Let me
Gotcha.
answer my friend's question here. When is Ant-Man Quantumania? I know. Oh, in a subject of comic book films, I guess. When is Quantumania release? It's February 15th in Indonesia. I don't know what it is in America.
I can check. I'm pretty
It
sure it's the
looks.
same time.
It looks a movie. No.
February 15th.
Okay. Oh wait, isn't that like
16, sorry.
Valentine's Day?
February 16th. Yeah. Love is in the air, with ants.
That's
I don't know what that means.
disgusting.
I don't
You
know
know
what
what
that
ants
means.
love? You know what ants love is? It's cruel. Okay, like
Wait, what?
the
They eat
I
each
can't
other?
remember what it is. No. It's just like the females are like super like horn.
Oh.
They're super. Yeah, we'll talk about this when Kelvin's on. He likes to talk about these kind of stuff.
All right.
But yeah, that's the trailers. I guess we're gonna discuss. Yeah, we're only picking these two trailers.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is that. So, yeah, let's move on then. If there's if there is nothing else that y'all wanna discuss about trailers, then let's move on.
Yep. Are we moving on to?
All right. So in
Ow.
some box office news, we don't talk about box office too much, but we got some box office news here. So Avatar: The Way of Water has recently surpassed Avengers: Infinity War to become the fifth highest grossing film of all time. I'm double checking how much it actually makes right now. Or actually, can someone double check that while I speak?
Gross
Yeah.
income, is it?
Yeah, the worldwide gross for Avatar: The Way of Water. But yeah, we bring this up because I have to publicly apologize to Mr. James Cameron a while ago, around November the 22nd, one of our episodes. Actually, I'm going to look up which episode it is to be more specific. But I remember that, and you guys actually, you guys were on my side on this, so I think you guys also need to apologize to Mr. James Cameron because we
Yeah.
publicly laugh at him when he announced Avatar 2 needs 2 billion at the box office just to break even, and I was like, ha! If he thinks Avatar 2 is gonna break even, then he's gonna be in for a sad day because that's not gonna happen. And yeah, now it breaks over 2 billion.
I don't think I was laughing at him, but I think I was like, damn, that is a high hopes goal. I hope you can make it. Good luck. Well, he did it.
Did it.
The
Yeah,
man did it.
but I wasn't laughing at him. man's.
I think I was definitely laughing at him.
If you set a very high goal and you know you're not gonna make it, or you think you're not gonna make it, you're still going to succeed in life. You're gonna accomplish more in failure than you do in success. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I don't know, fucking plaque. Anyway, anyway, Avatar 2 has made $2 billion internationally. It is the fifth highest grossing film according to Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What's above it?
Star Wars Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Okay, and how much more is that?
2.68 billion, so not that much, only a few million off.
Do you guys think Way of Water will surpass Force Awakens? Because it's still playing in cinema pretty well. I don't know.
I don't know how long are they gonna keep it in cinemas. For the next 2 weeks, maybe. Yeah, definitely next 2 weeks. But if they stop next week, probably not.
That is fair. I I'm pretty sure Avatar 2 is still playing in cinema. I don't know about you guys. It's still playing in a
It
lot of
is.
screens near me, like a lot.
I can literally buy tickets to it right now. It's playing in Aeon.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's still big in Japan too, right, Teguh?
I don't know. I haven't actually checked.
Fair. But yeah, there we go. Just want to say that yeah, it break that box office record. Might be going up again. Not sure. But yeah, so that was episode 187 where I mean I did laugh at him, so I'm sorry, Jim. Yeah, I'm gonna stare at the camera right now, Mr. Cameron. Can I call you Jim? All right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Mr. Cameron, this
I'm
Cameron.
sorry. I'm sorry at laughing at you that your film was not gonna break even for 2 billion. I explicitly remember laughing and saying you should just go home and cry. I don't think I said that. Sorry, no. I think I definitely said something quite mean of saying, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But it did. I shouldn't have doubted you. So next time you say something like this, I'm gonna have your back full support. I hope you accept my apology, my sincere apology.
Okay.
All right. My apologies over. There we go.
Okay.
So there we go.
So the audio listeners doesn't know. So the real James Cameron has said, "I don't accept your apology."
Uh-oh.
The audio listeners don't know. It's okay.
But yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that news. Unless you guys want to add something to it.
I wish the rule was implemented earlier about the box office, just so I can crush you guys even further with the ratings. But you know,
Dude,
what?
you had 4 of the 5. The
I
only
know.
the only one that beats you is Teguh with Top Gun, who is number 1 worldwide. And then Avatar.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess Avatar: Way of Water beats it now, but Top Gun was the
Yeah,
most.
Top Gun was, yeah. Yeah,
So
Top Gun
yeah,
was at the
you
top.
would have had 4 of the 5, which is you would have won even more. You would have had a good win. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
next 2024 draft, Avatar 3, the seat bearer. We still don't know. We still don't know. We still don't know if it's a big seat, one big seat, or many small seats. We still don't know that yet. But we know it's gonna have many small money coming into its box office. So there you go.
Ah, very nice.
So yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So who's hyped for Seed? Oh no, that's a stupid comment. Never mind.
The blue seats,
No.
No. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to this one. So in this past week, the Oscar nominations was announced by the Academy March 12th. I know we don't follow the Oscars that much. I know you guys definitely don't follow the Oscars. I don't think Kelvin does. Out of the 4 of us, I probably follow the Oscars the most, but even then, I don't follow the Oscars too much.
Yeah.
Like, I get upset when a certain film didn't get nominated, and I get like happy when a certain stuff get nominated, and when they win, I'm like happy. But after that, I just completely forget about it. I don't obsess over it. I know some people are diehard Oscar people. We're just not those people. So you're not gonna be getting a full breakdown from us from any of these. But I feel like we have to mention the nominations just for the purpose of news breaking. So let's just go through it. Should I just go through the big major ones, or what do you think? How do you think we should do this?
I don't know actually.
You know what?
Personally, yeah. Personally, I only really care about the big ones. To be fair, though.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll mention some of them. If you guys want to stop me and have any comments regarding any of them that surprises you, do let me know. So we'll start with the big one. Best Picture, 10 nominees.
Yep.
All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking.
I do not know those last 2 films.
I believe Kelvin watched Triangle of Sadness and he didn't like it. It's like a black satire comedy. Like it's like a rich people satire kind of thing. So yeah, I've only seen Top Gun, Tar, Fablemans, Everything Everywhere, Elvis, Banshees, and Avatar: Way of Water. So I've seen 7 of the 10. I don't know how many you guys have
Uh,
seen.
Oh, much less than that. I haven't seen Elvis. What is it? So all your films, but minus Elvis,
And Everything
Everywhere All
Everywhere.
at Once. Yeah.
Did you saw
Tar and
Fablemans?
no Fablemans. No.
So you've seen Avatar and Top Gun.
Yeah, basically.
I'm assuming Teguh also you've only seen those two. What did you
Yep.
see? Wait, no, you guys saw All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, all quiet.
No, Ariq
I
did. I
saw it.
didn't.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And was it really that good? I mean,
Was
it's tough for you to compare against the others, but
Yeah, I haven't watched the other films, but like compared to like yeah, Top Gun and Avatar, definitely prefer those films more. But like, what's it? All Quiet on the Western Front just had like an incredibly like powerful message. I guess that's why.
oh, really? Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah. All Quiet on the Western Front got like, it's the second most nominated films of the announcement. The one that got the most nominations is Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then with 11 nominations total, and then All Quiet on the Western Front and The Benches of Inisherin got 9 nominations. I believe All Quiet got nominated for it got nominated for best adapted screenplay. It got nominated for, I'm pretty sure it's technical stuff, right? It has to be. I'm looking. Best sound. Nope, it didn't get. Oh, it is got nominated for best sound, best production design, best cinematography, best makeup and hairstyling. So yeah, a lot of the production, best visual effects. So yeah. But yeah, those are the best picture nominees. Best director, the Daniels from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Martin McDonagh, The Benches of Inisherin, Todd Field from Tar, Ruben Ost. Oh, I cannot say this. This sounds European, Swedish. Ruben Ostlund, Triangle of Sadness, and Steven Spielberg, The Fablemans. Best actor, Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for Benches of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for After Sun, Bill Nye for Living. I have only seen 2 of these. I haven't seen The Whale, but I do hope Brendan Fraser wins this one, just because
He
I want to
needs a
see him win.
W. He needs a win.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
want him to have a win.
he's
Yeah.
so wholesome, dude. If you see him like him on like the other award shows or him reacting to him being nominated, it's so wholesome seeing him. So I do want to see him win. Now
Yeah.
I do plan
I
to
hope
watch
he
The
gets a
Whales
win.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Best actress: Kate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Yeoh for The Fablemans. Sorry, Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Michelle Williams for The Fablemans. I have seen the most in this category. The one that I've not seen is Andrea Riseborough, but that's a strong race, and I hope Michelle Yeoh wins because I want her to win because she's great. But yeah, Ariq, thoughts on Ana de Armas getting nominated? Your favorite film of last year?
Oh, my favorite film that I've never watched.
Yes.
Who's milking what? Oh, anyway, um, I don't know. I mean, if people think she's good at at the acting of it, then yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, so what if the film is bad? It's the performance, right? That matters, not the film. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I mean, in terms of performance, usually, yeah, if the performance is good, the film is bad, they usually nominate it. So
Yeah, so it's fine, I
yeah.
guess. But I think I'd rather have Michelle Yeoh win. I haven't even watched Everything All at Once, but
That's
but
fine.
I hope she wins it.
Again, this is why we're not qualified at all to talk about this. Half of the panel have not seen half the films, and I haven't seen some of the other films as well.
It's okay, man. Like Oscars are usually rigged anyway, so what does it matter?
I'm gonna go back to the supporting actors here, but I wanna get Teguh's excitement up. Teguh, you like cinematography?
Yeah.
All right, here are the
Almost.
nominees for cinematography. All right, let's see if you have seen it or agree or disagree.
It better
I
be
can-
Michael Bay.
If I can find it. All right, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay.
Actually,
Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths.
I've never
Elvis.
heard of that film.
Empire of Light, and Tar. Have you seen any of those?
Nope.
Can I count? I only saw the for Thor, I only saw like the cinematic for Monster Hunter World. That makes that doesn't
Was
count.
it cinematic? Was it
Yeah, it
cinematic?
was literally the intro cinematic of the game. That's what I saw on screen.
Uh,
Hey, but All Quiet on the Western. I don't know about the other films, but hey, All Quiet on the Western Front was done pretty well. I told Albert, I got PTSD, and I've never even been to the battlefield before. I've never been drafted.
oh wow, damn.
But it felt real.
I'll say this. I don't understand how Top Gun Maverick didn't get nominated for this. That film looks incredible, and they literally invent a new way to film inside the cockpit. It has never been done before, and it looks amazing. And all the aerial sequences are like literally real. So I don't understand how it didn't get nominated for cinematography. That is like the biggest. I feel like that's one of the biggest snubs. And like the Batman is also really good for cinematography. Like I mean, the whole car chase sequence and the upside, like it just looks beautiful. The whole film. So yeah, I feel like the Batman and Top Gun Maverick was the biggest miss for this. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
wild.
well, can't have everything.
Yeah, that's true. Um, but yeah, this is another interesting one. Production design, All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Elvis, The Fablemans. That one makes sense. This one has gotten a little backlash, and I want to hear what you think. Avatar: The Way of Water got production design. And production design, for those unfamiliar, it's the set design, basically art direction, the creation of the set, and everything like that. So, for a film that is like 99% CGI, thoughts on Avatar: The Way of Water getting nominated for production design?
Oh, to be fair though, I've seen like was it like behind the scenes for Avatar 1, not the second one, right? And it's not purely green screen, they actually did have like some of the mechs are like kind of
Yeah, and
real and
like,
all that.
didn't they do like actual underwater scenes and all of that?
They made the actors hold their breath for like 7 minutes. I forgot
That's
who was
fair.
one of the lead actress. She actually
Yeah,
held her breath for like seven.
Kate Winslet did
Kate
that.
Winslet, yeah, she held
Yeah,
her
I
breath
remember
for
that.
7 minutes. 7 minutes, yeah. I think it's no. Why would it get backlash? I think
It's
they, I
not
think they
out
get.
there.
Yeah,
No,
it makes
that's fair.
sense.
I mean, sure, like, yeah,
But-
Maverick is still a big miss, but I'm not mad about Avatar being on
Well,
there.
I don't think the set production for Maverick is crazy good. But
I,
yeah,
I mean, I mean the
Didn't
technical
didn't
stuff,
they
yeah.
get real planes? Didn't they film on real airplanes for that?
yeah, but that's not really. I guess it is production design, but I've like when I think
Albert,
production
it's
design, I'm thinking like crazy set building. Like the
oh, yeah,
set
that's
is
true.
like awesome. So yeah, I'm trying to see what other some of the great films of last year that I think missed out on it. Like okay, Babylon. You guys still haven't seen it, but the
Yep.
production in that film is crazy awesome. I've never seen anything like it in terms of the sets. So I'm glad that that got nominated. Um, yeah, Fablemans. Yeah, yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, I guess Avatar: Way of Water kind of makes sense for that one. So there you go. All right, visual effects, something that we're all an expert of. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Top Gun: Maverick. Good.
I know all those films. Whoa.
Amazing.
No, I think
Uh,
all of those are pretty solid visual effects. I cannot say
mhm.
for All Quiet once again, but I think the rest are, yeah. And I'm pretty sure Avatar.
Visual
Pretty sure
effects.
Avatar will win.
Like I
Pretty
said,
sure Avatar will win.
extremely traumatizing. There's like a scene where a guy he was
Guts.
screaming and he got crushed under tank tracks, and you get to see it fully, and was like, oh.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Like I said, I told you I get PTSD from that film.
That's probably why they also got makeup and hairstyling, because I'm pretty sure that's like prosthetics and stuff as well.
Yeah. It was definitely better than what is it, Taylor Swift getting run over by a truck.
Oh, the guts didn't came out in that one. That would make the scene way more uh crazy. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, I am glad that Thor: Love and Thunder did not get anything for visual effects, as that film looked like shit. So
Yeah, the
But didn't you
stupid
like the black and white part, Albert?
Did you, Albert?
it looks
He's like, no.
cool, but like compared to everything else on this, like I would give Black Panther way more credit. I think Multiverse of Madness is a good consideration as well, but like I think
Oh,
this
yeah.
one is solid. Like I think Black Panther, just because of the underwater sequence, that makes sense because of the visual effects, similar with Way of Water. But yeah, I think this is an easy win for Way of Water. If Way of Water lose, I'm gonna be surprised.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just I'm gonna speed run to some of these. Best Supporting Actor: Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan for Benches of Inisherin, Ki Hui Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Jude Hirsch for The Fablemans, Brian Terry Henry for Causeway. You guys have never seen any of those, so you
Nope.
probably couldn't chime in. I'm just gonna chime in and say I hope Ki Hui Kwan won for Everything Everywhere All at Once because I think he's fantastic and I love him. So yep. There is
Oh,
actually a video on YouTube of the cast of Everything Everywhere All at Once reacting to their nomination, and I believe it's for Best Picture, where they got announced, and the whole cast is like they're all on Zoom, and everyone was so happy, and Ku Hui Kwan was on a 7-second delay, so he got very confused, and then he reacted very late, and then like, that's just so funny and so wholesome.
damn.
Supporting actress Angela Bassett for Wakanda Forever, Hong Chao for The Whale, Kerry Condon for Benjamin Inisherin, and Stephanie Sue and Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think Angela Bassett's gonna win this. If I'm a betting man,
Yeah,
I'd
that, I
put the
mean,
money on Angela Bassett.
I like her as the Queen of Wakanda.
She's great.
badass.
She's good, and she's never won an Oscar before. So
Actually,
it's
I
due
forgot
time.
to mention this. Teguh, did you know that what is it?
The what?
The red Decepticon is Angela
Yes.
Bassett. I didn't
Yeah,
actually
I was
realize that.
No, I did not know that.
Was it Dropkick?
No, Shatter. Dropkick was
Shatter?
the guy, the blue Decepticon.
Okay. Yeah, Shatter. That was her. Yeah. So
Pretty
yeah,
cool,
a
man.
lot of people say Stephanie Sue's probably gonna win because she's great. I love her performance, but I want Angela Bassett to win because I think she's good and she deserves it.
Come to think of it, was Glass Onion ever mentioned in the Oscars?
Glass
'Cause
Onion
I
is
haven't seen it.
nominated for adapted screenplay. That's the only thing that it got.
That's the only thing that I got. Okay.
I believe the first one, Knives Out, got for original, and yes, it is adapted because it is a sequel. So yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking is adapted screenplay.
Oh,
Top
right.
Gun
Yeah.
Maverick surprised me for a screenplay because I don't think that. I guess the script was one of the weaker parts of the film, I guess, but it's still good. So
Yeah.
but yeah, original screenplays, Benches of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Star, Triangle of Sadness. Yeah, a lot of other categories that I don't know if you care too much about it, but I think the last one that we probably care is animated feature because Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red got nominated. I've seen 3 of those.
I have not watched Sea Beast and
I
Pinocchio.
have Sea Beast on. Was it Netflix? I remember I was wanting
it's
to
on
watch
Netflix.
I believe it's a Netflix film.
It's on Netflix, yeah. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix for me, I mean, at least.
I remember being interested. I just didn't ever get to watching it.
Yeah. I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio will win though because it's incredible. Did you guys saw that one?
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
That's on Netflix too. It looks beautiful.
Oh, it's on Netflix? Okay.
Yeah, that was on Netflix. We know that it was in the trailers and everything.
It's a Netflix original. So yeah, I think it's between that and Puss in Boots, and that's gonna be such a weird race between those.
Such a weird, yeah, like Puss in Boots. Like nobody would
Who would
expect that.
think Puss in Boots get nominated? Yeah,
Like,
I know that.
I have a feeling like if we know Puss in
I
Boots,
really
wait,
should
did we
watch
know?
Puss in Boots.
Oh, wait, did we know that Puss in Boots was coming out like when we made our draft back in 2022? I don't think we
I
did,
was
right?
aware. I was very aware. I don't know if you guys were.
Oh,
I thought
no,
I thought
I
it's gonna
wasn't
I thought it's gonna be bad because the first one was,
Yeah.
the first one was trash.
I don't think
So-
anyone like thought about it. It's like Puss in Boots. No. Just
Yeah.
put it aside. If somebody picked that, they could have jumped their scores a lot higher.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio there. Again, real quick before we move on, original score nominations are All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Benches of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Fablemans. I'm pretty sure John Williams is going to win this one for The Fablemans, but I wish Justin Hurwitz for Babylon win this because I love that score. Again, you guys haven't seen the film, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm saying because the music in that film is absolutely catchy and addicting and so much fun and so beautiful at the same time. So yeah. And yeah, that's
Probably
pretty
check
much.
Babylon out. Albert talks about it enough times for me to.
I
want
love.
it.
I love it. I don't know if you guys will love it, maybe not, but I do love it a lot. So, yeah. Oh, I do have a question for you guys. You know what, Ariq, you're an editor, right? You edit stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think a stop motion film like Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio should be considered for best editing?
Yes.
Right? I feel like it should be, but
Yeah.
people just don't consider it when they do nominate the stuff. I
I
guess
mean, it is like technically just like
the
stop
whole
motion
thing is
technically
edited.
just like it's all pictures, right? Technically, yeah, it's
Yeah.
all pictures stitched into one to make a scene. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it should be.
just a fun thought there. I feel
It
like
definitely should. And on top of that, like that's a lot of effort. Like just making like a 5-second scene.
so much effort. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio should be nominated for production design over Avatar
Yeah.
because they literally have to make the whole thing.
Yeah, they have to flip everything. Yeah, and to be honest, the only reason I don't like supporting what is it, stop motion is because it will make Kelvin happy. I don't like Kelvin happy. But to be fair though, there's a lot of effort is put into stop motion. They should there's some points for that.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. All right, I have nothing else to add. I'm pretty sure
I
you
have
guys have nothing
nothing
else to
else
add.
to add. Yeah.
Hopefully, that very lackluster discussion about the Oscars, please.
Hey, not lackluster. That's the most important discussion because nobody cares about everything else.
Not everything everywhere all at once.
Hmm.
Confusing. What? All right, move on.
Moving on.
Last news topic before we get to Last of Us. Let's address this real quick. Tomb Raider TV show series in production. They're making a whole cinematic universe for Tomb Raider for Amazon. So they're gonna make TV, film, video games, all interconnected like the MCU. What do you guys think? I've never played Tomb Raider. I don't know this. I thought my exposure to Tomb Raider is the film by Alicia Vikander. So
What
that's it.
universe is
I've
there?
never played Tomb Raider either. The humans, the ones that people like.
I mean, I played them all, but like, what bloody universe is there? There's like 3 games.
Wait, is that
Tomb
only
Raider
3 games?
universe.
Well, the new ones, the modern ones.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they mean by Tomb Raider universe. It's not like there's.
Well,
Yeah,
they're making a whole new universe of video games, TV, and film that are interconnected.
Oh, okay. I mean, like the media stuff is connected. Okay.
Yeah. That's an interesting choice because I don't think. Well, I guess MCU does that, but they don't do it with the games. So
Yeah,
this is
they haven't jumped into the games yet.
So it's an interesting choice. And so far, Tomb Raider hasn't really worked in this cinematic sense. Like, I don't think. I mean, I don't think that I've never seen the Angelina Jolie film, but I haven't heard good stuff about it.
Oh,
and
no,
like
they were terrible.
Yeah,
But they were terrible.
the
I
Alicia
watched it.
Vikander one is like fine. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The Vikander one was mid, but wasn't like terrible.
But yeah, do you think this will work?
It'll be so confusing though. So they have to watch the series, the movies, and play the games. Playing games is
maybe,
a lot of
maybe DLC.
yeah. And like playing games is a lot of effort. So if they miss out the entire game, I don't know. They're gonna have to watch.
Imagine if like the first one is you gotta watch the movie. After that, it's called the Tomb Raider Origins, and then you gotta watch the show, the Tomb Raider Chronicles, and then you gotta play the game, Tomb Raider Continues or whatever. Tomb Raider Strikes Back. You gotta play the game.
Tomb Raider Strikes Back, yeah.
And then after that, you gotta purchase the DLC, Tomb Raider Strikes Back again.
Again,
and then after that, after you complete the DLC, then you can understand the upcoming TV show. Tomb Raider.
What is this? What is this scheme, man? So it's like they're forcing you to go to the cinema, to buy the tickets, assuming it's a theatrical release, and then you have to pay for some kind of subscription for
It's Amazon, so Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Yes, you have to buy Amazon Prime. Then you have to buy the games and the DLCs if you want to get the full story and everything. Wow.
Wow.
I don't think this.
But
I don't think this will work.
I'm
In
not
what
bothered in
world?
doing.
In what world does this work?
I know, right? There's like
Yes.
people
Yes.
who like games and films are like they're not too interconnected. I mean, I think a lot of our viewers aren't much gamers. Are you guys? I don't know. I don't see you guys talk about games as much. I guess only some people here.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if they're like bothered in buying games and playing them and then watching the series and then the movies. That's so confusing. I mean, Marvel's already confusing enough as it is with like them connecting the TV series as well. Imagine with games as well.
Yeah, it feels so confusing. Like I'm not familiar with Tomb Raider lore. You guys mentioned there's a new trilogy. If even does the lore even make sense? Does the world building of Tomb Raider make sense that it warrants this?
I don't know, Teguh. I don't know much about the Tomb
Uh,
Raider world.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I guess you can make lore, but like,
To stretch it
it's
out into 3 different
yeah, you're
mediums?
gonna have to stretch out a lot, and there's gonna be a lot of like stuff from like not the video games, I guess. If you want it to work.
I just don't know. Like, I think like the world of Tomb Raider is just not interesting enough to warrant this kind of
Okay.
stuff. Don't you
Okay.
think?
Let's try to brainstorm. Okay, we've been shitting on this idea. Let's try to brainstorm. How can this actually work? My biggest thing is maybe okay, a Tomb Raider game, and maybe again the spin-off series and a film. Okay, a spin-off film, and my only way where you could make the series work is if you do a spin-off of a character. Because I don't think you could make a Lara Croft centric video game and a Lara Croft centric movie and then follow it up with a TV show main with it. That's just too much. I feel like you gotta, because if they say they're doing a universe, they gotta spin it off somewhere, and I don't know where it is unless it's a TV show.
Yeah, no, you're right. Some parts have to be like spin-offs, just to so that the story
And I
doesn't
don't
all
know,
congeal.
yeah, and I don't know any of the characters too. That's like interesting enough to make a spin-off. Yeah,
The way I
what
see it
is
is like I guess, well, like I think a TV series would be like great would be best for like exploring like the characters like development and all that. How they progress. Their writing, how they progress as a character. Games would be great for like world exploration.
Mm.
The world building and exploration, and movies would
Mhm.
be great for. I'm not so sure. I guess a bit of everything, but more
Spectacle?
concise.
Well, here's has Tomb Raider always just been the Lara Croft story? That's it, right? They've never had
Yeah.
any other protagonist.
Oh,
Yes.
as far as I
So
yeah,
that's
as
that's
far as
sort
I
of
far as
like
I
that's
know,
sort
at
of
least.
like that's sort of like the issue with it, right? Like, okay, if you say oh, they're doing this for Resident Evil, I can sort of believe that a little bit more because Resident Evil have sort of more history, and there are multiple characters
yeah, and
that
it
have been
actually is
protagonists.
different. Like
Yeah,
like
and they could
Resident Evil
well
3 and 4 are like different protagonists and everything.
exactly they can work that in like a TV show and film, but like Lara Croft is the main character. It's so tough to see in a world where this works.
Yeah, yeah, because like Lara Croft is the character, so they can't just like follow some random character from Lara Croft because nobody would know who they are or even cared.
Plus, if they gotta cast someone who's great as well, because if they fail that casting right away, this whole thing totally bombs.
Yeah.
All of it in shambles. People are gonna be wondering like, why is the game Lara Croft look so different from the TV one?
I mean,
Even though they're supposed to be the
I
same.
thought Alicia Vikander was good as Lara Croft. No way she's coming back at this point. But yeah, who's the developer of Tomb Raider, the production game?
Forgot. Is it 2018? Wait,
Do
what's the
you know the good?
2018 one?
No. Square Enix.
Oh, Square Enix, yeah.
Do they have a good track record? I'm not familiar with Square Enix.
It's a mixed bag. They got a few good ones. The rest is pretty.
What are some notable Square Enix production?
Was it near Automata Square Enix?
Yes, that was Square Enix. Final Fantasy is
Final
Square Enix.
Fantasies, yeah.
Final Fantasy. Okay, that's
Basically, a
Um,
lot of their games are like big open world games. That's what I've
yeah, Supreme
noticed.
Commander 2 was Square Enix,
never
and
heard
that's
of
the
that game.
worst
Just,
one.
just,
So,
One.
just
Okay.
cause the
Game
game with
Lord.
like
Just
Oh
Cause
my,
of
full of
Square Enix?
blowing stuff up. Yeah, that's Square Enix. Also big.
oh my
Yeah.
god, how many Final Fantasy games are there? What the hell?
I can't even be bothered
I'm
to figure
looking.
that
I'm
out.
looking through this list of Square Enix video game, and I'm scrolling, and every other page, every other page, I see a Final Fantasy in there.
there,
Jesus.
there's going to be the 16th one sometime this year, so
Oh my
there you
god,
go.
that's insane.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
yeah, mostly Final
Dragon
Fantasy.
Quest, Final
Basically,
Fantasy.
yeah, their games revolve around like big open worlds and stuff.
Okay, but Lara Croft was originally not Square Enix,
I don't
or has
think
it
so,
always
no.
been?
I
Okay,
think
so
like
it
the
got
first ones were not Square
because
Enix.
you said there was an acquisition, right, or something. The new thing just now that you said, no, the new trilogy.
I'm not so sure. I think yeah, I think the is it the 2013? I can't
Okay,
remember
I'm
now.
looking at it. Yeah, it was previously not Square Enix, and then it got purchased by Square. And it was Eidos Interactive, and
Yeah,
then it got purchased by Square Enix. And now it's part of the Amazon Games line. So there you go.
Amazon games. Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, this will not work. Good luck, Amazon and Tomb Raider team, on making this work. Curious to see how you milk this. They're gonna have a
We're
sideshow
gonna have
podcast.
another Albert apology, you know.
Oh, about it. No, you know what? They're gonna have a spin-off books. The Tomb Raider, the prologue as a book. They're gonna have the Tomb Raider podcast accompany, like the after show podcast accompaniment, kind of thing. They're gonna have the Tomb Raider board game, and they're gonna have a movie based on a board game. And they're gonna have a board game based on a movie based on a board game. So there you go.
Why are they overthinking this, man? Like I know this is gonna be a great transition, but like they could just try to compete with HBO with their own TV series for Lara Croft. Like Lara
Honestly,
Croft's
yeah.
story is like
Just adapt
kind
it
of
straight up.
yeah, it's like cinematically is somewhat similar to the next thing we're gonna be discussing about.
Yeah, might as well just transition to that. I don't know, man.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh well. Okay, so
Ah,
yeah, from one video game franchise to another, The Last of
mhm.
Us, episode 2. Here is our discussion slash review for it. But before we get to discussion and review, let's just address well, it's not an elephant in the room, I guess, but it's a big news. Um, they are officially renewed for season 2 already after 2 episodes. The second episode received 5.7 million viewers across HBO and HBO Max, a 22% increase since last week, which is
Yep.
surprising because I usually think the first episode's bigger, but this one, the second one, is way bigger. So great for them, and yeah, automatically renewed for season 2. I would assume, I'm under the assumption that season 1 is the first video game, the whole story of the first game, and so I'm guessing season 2 is the full story of the second game, unless they're actually like stretching it out a little bit, and the season 1 is not the whole story, which I doubt. Pretty sure it's the first whole story because they didn't know that they're gonna get the season 2, so it's pretty risky if they didn't do the full story in season 1. So yeah. Um, Before we get to Last of Us episode 2 discussion, thoughts on this, on them being renewed for season 2?
I mean, I think based on all the episodes, we're gonna get a total of 9, I think. And based on the pace, and I'm comparing this to PewDiePie's gameplay back what he did in 2013, I think like one season would actually be one game. Like I think it would fit in.
Makes sense, yeah.
Actually, no, wait. Actually, no, I think it might be a little bit too short.
Based on even after episode 2, you think they're not gonna reach the end of the first game?
Yeah, I think they're barely gonna reach the end, well, or unless they, direct it in some way that, it will
Because
reach
here,
the end.
I don't play the game. I still don't know the game. I did this after I watched the first after I'm sober and watched the first episode again, which is awesome by the way. I
Yeah.
looked up like the full cinematic. There's just like a full gameplay of it. I think it's like I don't know how long was it. It was quite long. But I look it up and I watch up till the point at the end of episode 1, spoiler alert, at up to the point where they found out Ellie was infected and Joel beat the crap out of that guy in the video game, and then I stopped watching because I want to see how it compares, which is pretty accurate. However, they did cut a lot of the stuff that happens because in the first episode, yes, we explored a lot of the stuff in the town after the time jump, after the 20-year time jump, explore a lot of stuff in the town. In the video game, that sequence takes way, 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 way longer because they go around a lot. They go around the city a lot. They explore a lot more stuff, and they cut a whole lot of that. And it works in the video game, in the show, because they are able to tell the story from the multiple perspective, from Marlene, from oh god, what's the blonde lady's name?
Blonde lady.
Help me out. Anna?
Tess.
Tess. Anna is the actress. Tess,
Yeah.
Marlene, from Joel. So they're able to tell the perspective from all of those. And they couldn't tell the perspective really from Marlene, especially in the video game, because it's mainly Joel, the protagonist. So the fact that they do that, and they shorten the runtime a lot for that first episode, because they did cut a lot of, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? They cut a lot of the exploration piece on that first episode. Or you guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, I didn't play the game, so I can't really say that I know.
Didn't you watch the sequence? Not the sequence, the playthrough?
What?
No, I watched the playthrough. Which one? Which part are you talking about again? The.
When they're in the city, the first
Oh
time
yeah.
around.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything leading up to everything from Joel being in the city in Boston for the first time, up to the point where Joel meets Ellie. In the video game, that is so long. It looks so long, and in the show, it's rather quick.
Oh yeah. No, I think they just mainly cut that sequence out because I guess most of it in the game it's you're just kind of
Exploration.
walking around here then there. Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe that's what I'm saying. I think if they do that, I feel like they're probably on pace for the end of season 1.
Yeah. Come to think, I watched. I'm looking through literally all of PewDiePie's videos because that's how I watched the entire game. It's his gameplay. Yeah, they're definitely gonna make it. Here there's like a total of 16 parts for his like full gameplay, right? And episode 2 ends literally at the middle of his part 5 playthrough. So
Yeah. Okay. So if that's
So-
like a good estimate, then like that feels
Yeah.
fair.
yeah. So I think it's a fair amount. They might actually add more stuff in, like they did in the first step. Both episodes actually in the beginning, like they weren't part of the game. They literally just
Yeah,
added those scenes in.
And that is one thing that I love as well. That they add a lot of stuff for us to connect to the daughter, because I think that's very crucial. Because they don't really, in the game watching it, it didn't hit me as much as it does in the show. Because in the show, they really
when
care about the
when he
daughter.
beats up the guard, right? In the first episode, or
No,
or
when
that's
I mean
something else?
everything building up to the spoiler,
yeah.
everything building up to the daughter dying.
All right,
In the
yeah.
game, it's very emotional. It's very good because the voice performance is really good in the game as well. But in the show, I think they did a better job because we got to spend time with the daughter itself.
Oh yeah, that's
The
true. Like we
opening of
see
the
it
show
from
was
her
literally just-
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was from her perspective, and we get to see her and
Yeah.
we care about her. And so
Yeah,
when
that
the
makes
daughter
sense, yeah.
died, it hits more. So I think that was like an important aspect of it in the show. But yeah, anyway, I think we're all excited for season 2. Well, maybe I don't know because I heard the second game is not great.
Yeah, no, I heard. No, I know what happens in the second game, and I'd rather hope they diverge from that completely.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's what I'm wondering, right? They should know that like a lot of people don't like a certain bit of the second game. So like, are
Kind
they
of a
gonna
biggie.
like remove that part? Like, what are they gonna do?
I
about it?
kind of want to talk about this. So, spoiler alert for everyone who have not played the second game. Spoiler alert right now. Let's give like a 5-minute discussion. So if you want to skip ahead, 5 minutes, I guess. Be careful if the audio feed. Okay, spoiler. I knew about this accidentally. Joel died, right?
Yes.
And that's the thing that you're talking about. that people
Yes,
are
he,
upset?
he got the same treatment as he did in Game of Thrones, sort of.
I think. Wait. I
His
mean,
head got smashed.
wasn't people more
Oh
upset
shit!
about the
I
fact
didn't know
that
how he
like
died. I just know
his
that he
head,
got killed by
his head got
someone.
smashed in by a character that you play in the second game with, like, his head was smashed with a baseball club, not baseball, golf club.
Jesus.
That's what happened, and people didn't like that. People didn't like it, not just because you killed the first protagonist, but they tried to make you like care for the second protagonist, but you just cannot, you know.
So this protagonist only appears in the second game, or are we gonna see her in this first season? First
No,
game?
no, she appears in only in the second game because I do
Okay,
not recall her appearing at all in
that's
the first
very
game.
interesting. Unless they retcon in the show, but that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, all I know is people are upset about that. I know the creators mentioned like, oh, it makes sense for the conclusion because I feel like the arc of Joel's arc is done. But I mean, I don't know the story up to that point. I just know that he died, so I have like a weird knowledge gap there. But yeah, I know about that, so that's interesting.
To be honest, I don't mind Joel dying, but it's much better if he died a more dignified death, you know, instead of just being bounded and then beaten
Oh,
by a
that's fair.
bat.
Yeah, it's like a revenge. It's like a revenge story or something like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly, yeah.
Huh. All right. Teguh, anything to add to this?
yeah, no, I was just gonna say like yeah, because I heard that people aren't happy about it, not because less about the fact that Joel dies, but more about the fact that Joel died and they tried to make you relate to the protagonist who killed Joel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that part, but
yeah, and throughout she's kind of like, what is it?
annoying.
Well, kind of a bitch, really. So like, there's no redeeming qualities to her. She's just being.
Yikes.
I think at one point, like when PewDiePie was playing the second game, when he realized that he had like a few hours of gameplay left with that character, he just straight up ended the stream. He quit. He's like, I'm not
Really?
going through. Yeah, like,
Damn.
I'm not bothered
Yeah.
with this. So he just quits.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's a. We'll see what happens for season 2, if that will happen, or they'll take it a different approach. They like to change things up, you know.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Huh. All right. So anyway,
y-
let's go to episode 2 spoiler discussion. If anyone is watching, come back. The spoiler alert is done. So
the game
yeah, let's
video, yeah, the video game spoiler is done.
but yeah, now spoiler to this episode 1. So yeah, let's talk about it. Thoughts on this episode. Who want to start?
Disgusting.
That was only the
Is
ending
that, is
part.
that,
The
is
you
that why
didn't
you
like
say
it.
you?
Yes. It was the beginning and the ending.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Anything with the cordyceps coming out of the mouth is very disgusting indeed.
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah,
disgusting.
but the last part was even worse. Oh god.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but I should mention, yeah. So
The
in the
last
spoiler
part, as in,
discussion, when Tess died,
oh yeah,
the dev zombie kissed her like. Ugh.
yeah. No, that is very disgusting, and that was very sad as well. I thought
That
that was so well done.
okay. I guess we'll just discuss about this scene specifically. Like in the game, it was completely different to how she died, because like in this one, like not only that disgusting scene happened, but she went out with quite a literal bang, because she blew up like the whole
Mhm.
room.
Uh-huh,
But
uh-huh.
in the actual game, like she just kind of sat in the room and we just never see her basically. Like it just
Oh.
cuts to black and then we never see what happened to her. Oh,
Well,
okay, never mind.
I feel
Yeah,
like it's better.
she was chased down by she wasn't chased down by zombies. She was chased down by guards, and then she basically just had a gunfight and she got killed
Oh, that's kind of
off
lame.
screen.
Not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
and she got killed off screen.
that
Yeah.
sounds lame. Because this one, not only it's sad, because first she got infected, so it's sad that she knows that. Oh, I gotta. I mean, I have not
I
taken.
should. Yeah, I mean, in the game she was infected too, but the way she
Okay.
went out is just a gunfight basically.
Right. No, but this one, first of all, she's infected.
Yeah.
She knows
Yeah.
that her time is up. She got she's got attacked by zombies. That thing is disgusting. She sacrificed herself to let them go, and at the same time, she stopped that explosion. I mean, they've been talking about bombs this whole time, this whole episode. The explosion literally just like destroyed that zombie
The
population.
zombies.
So the zombies are like they're kind of safe for a bit there, Joel and Ellie. So that's such a big sacrifice and such poetic. So I feel like that the show did it better.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, funny enough, yeah, I agree. Yeah, the show did. I'm rewatching the scene right now. Like, yeah, the show did it so much better than what was here. In this one, you just kind of like, okay, she stays behind, and you kind of just run away.
Yeah.
No big climax or anything.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I mean, I don't know if I like this episode more than this first one. I think both are pretty great. Um, this one is definitely scarier, especially because of the zombies. Are they called clickers? Is that what they're called?
They're
Yeah.
called clickers, yeah, the
Because
blind
I
zombies.
have like the caption on, and the audio caption keeps on saying like clicking noises. They're like, oh right, they're called clickers.
The clicking noises. Right, that's
I
how they
like
make the clicking.
I like the concept that they cannot see and they only can hear. That's very different than a lot of zombie stuff that I've seen. Um,
Yeah,
and
some
they look
quiet place kind
disgusting.
of stuff.
They look disgusting too. Ugh, the fungal thing. Yeah,
The fungal heads.
yeah.
His heads.
Oh, also, I mean, the opening scene I mentioned in the group chat. The opening scene. It takes place in Jakarta. Come on, that's a cool callback.
No, it took place in Bali. In the game.
No, in the
Well,
actual scene that Teguh was able to figure
no, no,
out, if you
but
see
Was
the
it Bali?
plates,
if you
if
look
you
at
see
the
the
license
plates for the
plates, they're
cars,
all
is
BK.
is Bali.
Okay, well, in actual, I looked this up. In actual production, they shot in Canada. That whole scene was all of those. That whole sequence is in Canada.
What?
Yes,
Wait, the
that's
whole
one.
scene. Okay, no, to be fair, some of the like panning shots look like they were like, stock images, that they got from like a tourist board or something. Like, look, this is Jakarta, but I guess the shooting, it makes sense, like especially the labs and all that. You really think Indonesia has labs that advanced back in 2003? They don't even have labs
Really
like that
doesn't.
in 2023.
I mean, yeah, no, I believe it's in Canada. I gotta shout out the actress because it's the Indonesian actors that play that. So Christine Hakim, which is a famous Indonesian actress, I've heard her name. And Yayu Aw Unru. I'm guessing it's Yayu Awe Unru. They're both Indonesian actors. But yeah, they played the Ratna Pertiwi, the professor, doctor,
Professor and the
and the
girl, was
police
it the other guy? Yeah,
general
the
Agus
police.
Hidayat. Yeah, I think they did a great performance, and yeah, they were based on what I'm reading. It they shot in Canada, and they were in both of them are both very skeptical to take on this role because they shot this in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic,
Right.
and that they have to travel across the world to shoot in Alberta, Canada. And they were like, I don't know if I want to do that because it's the pandemic. I want to take care of my family. But yeah, I mean, they eventually got convinced because some of her, at least for Christine Hakim, the grandniece is a fan of the game and convinced her to take the role.
Oh wow.
And
Oh,
then they
wow.
also like
Okay.
Neil Druckmann is like, yeah, we'll do a very good job trying to portray Jakarta. So they did a really good job. I mean, it tricked the good thinking it was Bali, so I guess it works.
Those-
And yes, apparently she brought her own batik scarves and jewelry to match the other costume department as well for that stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they did that.
But that
They
explains why the
Indonesian
Kue Lapis is like 10,000. Some inflation. That's some bad inflation shit,
That
man.
is actually, yeah, you know what? That's fair. Was Indonesia in a bad shape inflation wise 2003? I don't know.
10,000 can buy you so many things back in 2003.
Hey,
A Kue
hey,
Lapis
if
for
it's if it's a
10,000?
whole if it's a whole kue, makes sense. That's kind of cheap for a
Okay,
whole
that's
kue.
the fair enough. You know
Yeah,
what?
for a
Depends how big-
whole
Depends
question.
how big the kue is.
The image they had in the background was showing a
Was just a
slice, okay?
slice, yeah.
Okay. Okay, anyway, let's not get bogged down on how
This is
much
such
Kue
a- this
Lapis
is
even
such-
costs. I
This
don't
is
think
such
our
a deep cut
viewers.
Indonesian
I don't
reference.
even know what Kue
Thank you.
Lapis is in bloody English. So I can't even tell
Layer,
people. Why.
it's layer cake.
Yeah, I know that's the
What?
literal translation, but is that an actual food? Anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's anyway. Yeah, I think they did a good job with that performance, and I'm glad they got Indonesian actors to do it. And I don't know, man. It feel nowadays whenever I see something like Indonesian being portrayed in Western media, I just got so excited because like this is so cool because I don't see a lot of these, and I like seeing a lot of these. So yeah, which is why I got so excited to fucking Ticket to Paradise, and they shot in Australia. Like, Yeah, sure. But yeah, I just like that they have that representation, and that they speak Indonesia the whole time. I'm glad they didn't do like English stuff and they do
In
Indonesia.
English dub, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad.
HBO is kind of like professional. Of course, if they can have actors speak Valerian, I'm pretty sure they can have actors speak Indonesian. So.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. So but yeah, again, I like the opening scene, and yeah, I do agree. It looks that the whole thing is disgusting. Um, the whole zombies, especially the whatever the thingy are.
Cordyceps,
Uh, what are they called?
cordyceps, the
Cordyceps,
fungus, right? The one that comes out of the mouth
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair. But yeah, good stuff. I think Bella Ramsey. We didn't see too much of her performance in the first one. I think she's great in this one. She plays Ellie. She shows a great vulnerability, yet also sort of like she's also very independent, yet
I
there's a
think it
good
accurately
vulnerability.
portrays a 14-year-old, like, it's naughty and annoying, but at the same time, they're kind of brave and, what is it?
Annoying.
Yeah, they're annoying, but they're kind of brave at the same time, and she knows when she messes up or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I like her performance a lot in this one. And yeah, I also like
Is that what Bella Ramsey's just good at? Playing snotty kids, like from Game of Thrones, and not snotty, just like,
bold.
what is it? Bold, yeah, very bold
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, she's great. I like her. And Pedro Pascal is great as well.
Actually, this was not. Oh yeah, no, I think it was not. It wasn't just theorized. I think they mentioned it in the Indonesian sequence. What is it? I think like a factory in Depok, which is a city near Jakarta, just outside of it actually. It's like,
They
like it
mentioned the
was.
source.
Yeah, it got. Yeah, they said that it got contaminated. Some people got infected. They locked some people up. Blah blah blah.
Depok.
Yeah, they mentioned that's where the victim, the first victim,
The
where
first
the
victim is like
doctor.
from a factory worker.
Yeah, was a factory worker like taken from Depok. So
Huh.
yeah, and it was mentioned that they were working in some kind of like what is it? A factory, a
And then,
plant that like
and then
manufactures
there's
flour.
there's a yeast infection. No, not a yeast infection. A
Well,
fungal
yeah,
infection.
some kind of fungal infection in the factory. Yeah, they mentioned it there. So
Yeah, but
very
it is an
cool.
interesting observation because, like, yeah, they avoid the whole Pedro Pascal family, Joel
Yeah,
and his daughter avoid eating anything
Cause,
grain. That first
yeah, because
episode,
like
they didn't eat the cookie, then they didn't eat the birthday cake. So yeah,
I remembered when it's like, oh yeah, no, like they definitely did not like mention this in the game because this one actually kind of like, because like, how most zombie films games, they never really focus so much on the
source.
infection itself, and they just kind of
Yeah.
like focus on the characters. So it's nice to
Yeah.
get some bit of lore, and it's nice to see that, like Indonesia was the problem for this. We like to get blamed for everything. We like to get
Oh my
blamed for everything.
No, you know what?
And I
You're
like
right. Just like, no, go ahead.
No, there's nothing else I can. Oh wait, no, and I liked when was it the doctor's just like, there's no cure.
Bomb
The
the
only
whole
answer is like
thing.
bomb, just
I was
bomb.
like, holy shit, that is
Bomb.
crazy. That is crazy. But yeah,
You're just like, I like how the lady just like straight up just, yeah, bomb Jakarta.
bomb.
Just bomb.
Harus dibom kota. Kota ini harus dibom.
Yeah, like, yeah, harus di bomb. I'm like, wow. You know what? Yeah,
Wow.
she has a point. Wow, she has a point.
Well, Jakarta's sinking anyway. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very interesting with the origin because, yeah, like you said, a lot of great zombie movies, usually the zombies just like something happened, deal with it. We don't really explore it. Like we really explore it when it's a fungal infection, started off somewhere, it's spreading. There's no cure. That's what's happening. And then, well,
Yeah,
like if you think of other famous zombie in media, like Train to Busan, they didn't mention what happened. Something just happened.
Yeah.
Like Zombieland, I mean, it's a comedy, so they don't address it. Like other Dawn of
Yeah,
the
they
Dead,
don't bother.
I'm pretty sure they don't do it. So yeah, a lot of zombie stuff doesn't go over those stuff. So I like that they cover it
yeah.
up.
Yeah, because I think it's also mentioned, like, I think I remember seeing this like huge headline where like some kind of like doctor from the CDC was like discussing about these like game theory, like zombie infections, and I think he said like the cordyceps infection from this game is like the most realistic take
which is
for a
scary.
zombie outbreak, which is very scary. So the fact that like a CDC like doctor says like, yeah, this is sounds very plausible, and you're just like, sounds what?
I don't like that.
Sounds what?
It's okay. All I know is
I'm
that
staying away from the woods.
if you guys get your flower from Depok, don't.
Just don't.
Don't. Don't.
I wonder how many people who's like, oh no, I work in a factory, a yeast factory in
Yeast
Depok.
In
Oh, shit.
Depok. So for my Depok viewers, yeah, maaf ya.
Well, it's not 2003, so maybe.
Yeah, no, it's
Maybe
2020.
maybe we've surpassed it. Maybe we're safe. Maybe we're not. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, again, I think overall this episode's pretty great. I like it. Although I have a question.
I personally found it better than the first one, but yeah, what is it?
That's
What
fair.
was your question?
No, yeah, I think they definitely goes. I have a question directly targeted at Teguh.
Why?
Teguh
Why are you
hates
calling me out?
Teguh hates horror,
Yeah.
but you can stand this. I thought this shit was scary, dude. I thought it's so tense and pretty freaking scary. But you hate horror, and like there are a lot of horror movies that are less scary than this, in my opinion.
Arguably, yeah, the clicker scene was arguably scarier than most horror
It's
films.
so scary and tense.
That's my secret. I was looking at my other monitor during that scene.
Oh. So you
Oh, were
just
you
looking
actually
away the whole
scared at
time?
that?
Well, yeah.
Oh, just yeah, that's it.
I mean,
Okay, to be fair though,
it
like
was,
if the
but it
like,
wasn't that bad. I did see the part when like it turned around and just started screaming when they got caught. And that didn't actually scare me for some reason.
Okay.
be fair though, like at
I don't
least I
know. It's
think in
weird.
the
Okay, don't ask. I don't know.
You're good with zombie horror, but not good with any other horror. Or
I
is
don't
it
know what
just
type.
Maybe.
I think I
Dude,
don't know why. I think Teguh
honestly,
can
man,
actually
I don't
watch
know.
horror, but for some reason he's just like no. I don't even know why he says no.
he doesn't like the thrill of being scared? He would just rather not be scared, but he actually can't.
Would rather
handle it.
not be scared, or would just rather see the scare straight up and just be like, okay, cool.
Or he-
Just
Oh,
be
look
done
at
with
I
it.
feel like
Yeah,
I
just
feel
be
like
done with it.
Teguh is a closeted horror fan. Like he can
Oh, what?
handle it. He just doesn't want to.
Damn.
I think it's like just like here, it's like
In
how horrors have
secret.
like build-ups to a jump scare or something. I think Teguh just wants to see the jump scare immediately or not see it at all, because like that build-up is too intense, and he's like, my butt clenching
That
too
is
hard.
true.
I don't want to.
like the build-ups.
Yeah, Teguh doesn't want to clench his butt that much. He just wants to immediately see the scare.
We're analyzing my horror tastes. Interesting.
Closeted. Naruto the man, why don't you lock Teguh in a closet and make him watch horror? No, actually, that sounds stupid. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
but people will be more scared if he's locked in the closet.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a lot scarier for just some guy to be like, watch this
Oh my
horror film than
God.
to actually just, watch the horror film. Just
Yeah, no,
Teguh
that's
watch A Quiet Place. I don't think Teguh has ever
I don't think you have. Did you?
watched it.
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I actually do recommend that to Teguh because one, it's not as scary. Two, it's a lot, it's a much cooler premise than most horror
Well,
films, in my
here's
opinion.
Well, if you said that Teguh only liked the jump scare and not
Actually,
the tense
yeah, no,
part,
that whole film
gonna
is just
hate-
butt
he's gonna
clenched.
hate
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
yeah, it's all butt clenching, especially when it's taken the perspective of a deaf girl sometimes, and you literally don't hear anything. You just
Teguh's butt is gonna be so tight by the end of this film.
He's going to invert and just sick a douche, and he went to another dimension.
Damn. My butt is gonna skip you.
Oh my
I like how I throw it back all the way.
He's gonna skadoosh his butt. What?
It's the right word for the situation at whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Point is, like, Teguh can probably handle the horror. And to be fair, though, I think Teguh was fine with it because he was watching it with me and I was making comments. So I was on
That
as
is
well.
true.
So if watching it alone, Teguh cannot handle it. That's fair.
Probably, yeah.
All right, we'll get back to this Teguh horror update next week as we watch episode 3. But yeah, good show so far. Deserve the second season. You have nothing else to add unless anyone else have to add anything, any particular scene or anything you want to add. The
The
conversation.
one time a game is extremely good as a as a live action, and they're following, the story. Now I'm just hoping they don't follow the story when they reach season 2. it's very annoying, It's like
They probably will though.
yeah, they probably will, or at least just give Joel a more a different way out.
That's fair. It have to be earned. It have to be a way that it's like good. Yeah.
Until then, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Oh yeah, well, I just
You
realized
alright?
like this.
Oh.
Last of Us also releases every Monday, so it's actually kind of soon.
Yeah, pretty much. It released Sunday for me, literally tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
so,
Sunday. Yeah, so like so
I
you
mean,
can kind of watch it
it's
almost
the HBO.
immediately.
It's the HBO Max method because they did that for House of the Dragon too. So
Oh yeah, House of Dragon was also on Mondays. Yeah, Monday releases. Yeah, so we got used to Disney. They release on a Thursday. It's such a bad day.
the
I hate it.
Wednesday for
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, Wednesday for you. So it's like halfway through the day. So if you watch it the earliest, it's far from our discussion.
Yeah.
Or if you're
Netflix
like
just released
hyped,
all at once.
or if you're like after you finish the review, you want to just see the next episode immediately, but then you have to wait till Thursday. Disney. Big
No, yeah, you can
disappointment.
we can directly watch this tomorrow and see what.
Yeah,
happens.
exactly, right? Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Before we wrap, I guess, do you guys know where the episode is going? Next episode?
Not entirely, not gonna lie, because like I did say I watched PewDiePie's whole walkthrough. I mostly remembered the beginning and the end. The middle part was a bit grainy in my opinion for me.
Okay. And Teguh?
No idea.
Fair. Oh yeah, Teguh only knows a general plot point. Yeah.
Yeah, general plot.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm the one that knows the least. Teguh knows slightly more than me, and Ariq knows a bit more than everyone. So we'll see next week what happens. But yeah, I think that's all, right? We good? Wrap the show up.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right. So yeah, let's get to the plugging. Ariq, why don't you go ahead?
You can find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria. You can find me on Letterbox at Rikidu. I haven't put my Kung Fu Panda stuff there. All right.
Gotta be kung fu fighting. That song is great.
Yes,
Mhm.
very.
All right. Take you.
You can find me on Instagram at TG23399 and on Twitter at Tegidu.
All right. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, JA Wiradharma. Follow me all of those to get all the updated stuff from all my content. And yeah, you can follow the Councilmen at Councilmen Show at Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Follow us there to keep up to date on the weekly watchies. I've been trying to do a better job with like putting quotes in the review so it's not as boring. So go check us out there. And you know what? I am gonna for the Letterboxd review of Wildcats and why not Coach Carter. I'm gonna put the link to the video that I talked about of the race swap and the hands gyrating. I'll put the link onto the review. So if you follow us on Letterboxd, you can click on the link and get directed to the sequence there. And yeah, Twitter, Instagram, just follow us there for updates. Kelvin's been posting a lot of stuff on Instagram with the reels and all those kind of stuff. So go check us out there. It really helps us in our algorithm. And talking about helping us out, subscribe to us on wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, Podbean, wherever, and even in the YouTube channel. Subscribe. You find us through the reels, and now you're watching this show for the first time. It really does help us. Leave a like, leave a comment, share, word of mouth to help us grow. We really appreciate any help we can get. And we also have merch. It's available at our TeePublic store in Councilmen-Show. Currently, it's just the two design of the Councilmen standard merch and the Council Plays standard merch. Maybe we'll have more to come in the future. We'll see. But yeah, if you want to support us, that is a great way to support us as well. But yeah, that is all of it for us. So
I want to go to do the final one as well because he did the intro.
Wait, how do I do the final? All right. Well, all right.
The Councilman has
with-
spoken. That's what it is.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to add before that? I mean,
Oh, I'm just gonna do the
No.
hand signal that the guy did.
All right. Well, and with that, the councilman has spoken. We'll probably see you in the next episode.
Probably.
Peace.
We're gonna die?
You never
No.
know.